Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is David Turner. I'm here with Matt Murray,
Hello.
James Farley,
Hi.
and Sean Bell.
Oh, yeah.
We'd like to start the show as we usually start the show by thanking our Patreon producers this month. They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights and Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Thomas, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Carwanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Boza Karma, Conky Donkers Full Nels Conga, Just Shields, Laser Quest, Steve Lissler, and Big Papa Fenge. Thank you so much for supporting the show. It means the world to us. I cannot believe we're still going. We're reaching our 10-year milestone, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support of our Patreon producers and also the support of anyone that joins us over at patreon.com/TCGS. There are different tiers. We are recording the what's it?
Bonus show?
No, what is it? The bonus show.
Bonus show on Wednesday.
I'm not very well. We're recording the bonus show on Wednesday.
Thursday.
Oh, is it Thursday we're recording that? Oh, yeah.
It's in the calendar Thursday.
I see it now.
Second to last Traitors episode. Shit. We didn't think about that, did we?
Yeah, we could record that after.
Oh,
Start at
fuck.
8,
I'm out on
finish at
Friday as
9.
well. I'm
I'll be
missing
on
the
job.
finale.
Okay,
It's
right.
fine. The Traitors is not important. Patrons are.
I would like to point out to everyone listening now that I was very positive about this season of Traitors at the start, while everyone else was going, I don't think I could deal with it. It's too close to the celebrity one. Turns out it's one of the best ones ever.
The last 4 episodes have been bangers.
The cat amongst the pigeons,
Roxy.
It was a slow start.
Are we still doing a Mario Kart stream on Sunday? Because we haven't fucking mentioned it. I hope so.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing Mario Kart
what do you
this
mean?
Sunday.
We mentioned it on the pod last week. We haven't done a
Did we?
Patreon post yet. Yeah. Didn't we?
Right, okay.
think we
I
did.
don't think we did, Mark.
Okay. Well, we're doing a Patreon stream on Sunday night.
Well, surprise.
This Sunday night.
It's
There'll
something
be
we
an
thought
email.
about doing.
An email will
Come
go
on.
out.
Come and play Mario Kart World with us. We'll be streaming that for our Patreon supporters at a certain tier. You know who you are. That is the 25th of January. Starting out, I've got it down as 8 p.m. Is that correct, Matt?
I've got it down as 9 p.m. like every one of our other streams.
Okay, I've got it
be
down
9
as 9
p.m.
p.m. Yeah, it should be 9 p.m. It was me that got that wrong.
And yes, so we did Mario Kart World when Switch 2 came out, and it's really popular. We had like full lobbies of people be racing, racing with us, and we had cameras and all sorts. So if you want to play, you can do so. We'll start streaming in, and we'll have like the event code or the invite code, and you can join the lobby. But yeah, we had like full, was it 25, 30, 32? We had the full lobbies of people. So if you want to join us on Sunday night from 9, and the details will go out this week on Patreon.
Matt,
I'm
have
very
you started
much up for
practicing yet?
No. I haven't played it since the last time we streamed.
You've not played it at all since last time we streamed.
No,
I might have played a couple of times to look around the open world, but no, basically barely at all.
That's the worst bit of the game, Matt.
Yeah. Not just for some sightseeing.
I might have played a
Just
Velody
boot it
once or
up.
twice, but basically I haven't mentally thought about it since we last streamed. So no.
Okay, that's so come to support us. Patreon.com/TCGS. Join the fun on Sunday. Should we get to the feedback from last week's show, Matt?
Yes, we're going to start with Mock Turtle Soup. Not to go full, on the Life is Strange chat, but picking the save Chloe ending at the end of the first game isn't an automatic death sentence for everyone else in town. David Step Douche Marsden is in Life is Strange 2, regardless of which ending you pick.
No, we
Yeah,
know.
but-
Right?
Yeah, isn't that covered?
I mean,
Doesn't
the thing is with this,
isn't there a whole note about him escaping just before the storm hit?
There are, I mean, the thing is, right, is there are definitely people that survive,
Yeah.
but that doesn't take away from the fact that you've destroyed an entire town. It's like,
Oh, and there was
As
definitely
somebody who
people
did
that
that.
died.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely people that
Yeah.
died. Do you
Yeah.
remember walking around as the storm was hitting? There was people like cowering underneath a pub, if I remember correctly. I don't know. There's a lot of people died, and that was James's fault.
Yeah.
It was clearly.
and
his
I
fault.
and I will live with that, and I would do it again. So there you go.
Well, you'll fucking have to in a couple of months when the new one's out. I guarantee it. Go on.
I was just moving things around. Right, so we've got some feedback about something I may or may not have said last week on the show.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I've got it ready.
I've got it queued up.
Big Peen Enjoyer has said, I love it too, Matt. 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 16 seconds on last pod. And Nick G, sorry, Matt, I love you, big what? And we're about to find out what it sounds like I said.
I reckon.
Yeah, we'll come back next week and see.
Possibly.
But yeah, loving big hole where we started the year. I mean, I don't know. Right. That was
You're
me
right,
saying
Matt.
loving big hops, but it may sounded like I've said
Right,
something
It
else.
definitely sounded like something else. And I got to admit, Nick and Big, when you sent those messages, quite close together. You know, they both come through around the same time, which makes me think that you're friends and or the same person. But
I think they just both
when-
started listening at 5 a.m. and then they just both got on at the same time.
I went and checked, and I was in bits. It was so funny. So thanks for sending that in. That really brightened up my day.
Big fat hops. Anyway, Poo in a Tin. We've got some feedback on Gotti. This will probably be the last time we talk about this, but I thought it was interesting. Poo in a Tin. Love the Gotti. Can you please do your sealed envelope? Can you please do your sealed in an envelope predictions at the start of the show and reveal them at the end? Maybe even predict final and the winner. I want to know if Mr. Turner's really does control him more like a puppet master, or if Matt Master Murray is a secret genius, or is the Filinator pretending to be intoxicated, or is Sean Bell orchestrating the lot with his cunning control? So yeah, they want us to predict.
I don't mind
the
that
winner.
idea.
That's quite funny.
I don't-
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that it does reveal ourselves a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
like the
It
fact
does,
that we
plus-
keep listeners guessing as
Plus
to
we don't
whether I've
do-
manipulated everyone or not.
We don't do that show on video either, so
No, that's it.
there's
You
no
can just make it
actual
up.
proof.
Yeah.
I could go rip, pulling it out. Yeah, oh look, I was spot on. That's a point to me. That is a point to me.
Yeah, I think
do
it's
like
going
the
to be
idea.
baby
It's a cool
steps.
idea.
Wow.
Would you like to play again? You have selected no.
Oh, it says here I predicted what we want to get. Oh yeah, baby steps one. Yeah.
Okay.
Alex79, hello there. Great to hear you back on the airwaves, lads. I wanted to spend the last couple of Wednesdays just wandering the streets asking random people what they think of the latest games. Anyway, just wanted to say I would fully support the Gotti show being an FA Cup style draw. Some years, not last year obviously, it's too easy to predict what we get to the final based on the draw brackets. An FA Cup draw would keep everyone on their toes, James, and keep us guessing till the end. But whether you choose to implement this or not, you remain the greatest show for Gotti episodes. Regardless, cheers and Happy New Year if it's not too late by now.
Thank you.
It is an interesting change if we changed every round.
I yeah, it does make sense.
I don't worry about changing
makes
anything,
sense,
honestly.
but then do we want it to make sense?
Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? Like,
You know what we could do? We could test this with the because we had the idea of doing like a console kind of thing, right? Like some sort of
console generation.
console kind of
best.
thing.
Console kind of
Write
thing.
that one down.
Jay
Matt.
just talking
Please
about our
write that
big
down
10th
as an
birthday
episode title.
plans, but
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
worry about
he is, yeah. He's thinking about experimenting on our our big 10-year anniversary
Yeah, we could
show.
experiment it with that. Just see how it goes.
So, Hannah, experiment it with that.
There you go. Yeah.
with that.
Any more, James? I'll just one here.
You stick to the new sunshine. We'll sort the rest of the show out.
And,
Matt,
and lastly, on the Gotti side of
it's
things.
like sorry. Before we move on, Sean, I know what you're saying because it's like when it comes to the draft and the amount of people that have said, "Why don't you do ABBA system? Why don't you do so?" Matt, James, Sean.
Yeah.
Sorry, David, Matt, James, Sean, Matt. And do it in reverse. Because it's not as fun. Like, honestly, yes, it's way fairer. I totally agree with that. But also, I love the fact that one person, just because they have their name drawn out last, gets totally screwed over, and they go, "Oh, I don't know, an alarm clock." I like that side of it. So I don't know. We'll have a think about it this year. Maybe for 1 year we do try the FA Cup rules. I do worry that it was so interesting how those games made the final, I thought, this year. So, I don't know. We'll have a think.
And the last one on Gotti, Tata the New has messaged, what's thinking about the Gotti show and how you could change things up? What do you think about having a mid-year tournament where you all battle out for a golden ticket that allows you to kill one game once during the Gotti show? You can do a community vote for games in a tournament to make it fair, or each pick a game to bring to the party. Points awarded per game / result, and the overall winner gets the spoils. One night, one chance, one winner. Or James could just have a year off the source.
Do you know what? This is the other thing I've been thinking about, is I've been thinking about Le Tournoi and bringing that back. And that could be the prize.
No, there is no way I'm risking something like that on a tournament that we need to help you finish because you hadn't thought it through.
Because no one can see what's happening.
There was a few tiny aspects that needed to be ironed out.
But
I'm certain
people couldn't see what games were happening.
But I'm certain
part of it.
Listen,
it was
we did this
troubles.
thing a few years ago called Le Tournoi, and James. But this all stemmed from James saying, "I need to do so. I'm not doing enough for the show, so I'm going to run this thing for our Patreon subscribers. They can watch us all compete once a month for 4 months, and I've worked it all out. Blah 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 blah. You all suggest a game, and then we'll all play it, and then we'll do the winners or whatever. It ended up in that big poker match, didn't it? In VR, that was quality.
Yeah. It was great actually. In the end.
Yeah. Also, I should say up front, I'm sorry for the sniffing. I'm a little bit sniffly today, so I do apologise. I know that's a real turn off for my.
So I thought you were going to say, should say for Matt beat me in poker, but you can talk about sniffing as well.
Did you beat me? But no.
Yeah.
Oh, did you win that one?
Yeah.
I thought it was me and Sean in the final.
No. That was mainly.
Okay.
It's very tense.
It doesn't sound like me.
I still finished last overall, but I think I'm fairly sure I did, but it doesn't matter. I won a poker.
My favourite was when we played Switch Sports, and one of the rounds was tennis, and to see the semi-final, you had to. I think Matt was just describing it because he couldn't stream it because James wasn't in it.
Yeah, he hadn't thought about that.
I know. Well, look, I don't know. You see, I'd like to bring it back.
No, I would. It was
100%. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll bring you all a proposal for how it's going to work, and then if you like,
do it on a fucking podcast.
I want you to present
PowerPoint.
it. Yeah, PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You know, what's the ROI going to be? What the KPIs?
Yeah.
I'll get my slides
what have we learned?
out. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also thinking about bringing back another classic. Do we even mention that here, or do we not? Sean,
I've forgotten what this is. So go ahead.
Okay, there was rumblings of a return of In the Quizinning.
Oh God, yeah, 100%. I don't know. It won't be obviously not this month. Maybe
we're bringing back all the hits for our 10th year, aren't we?
Yeah, I think
Bell's
maybe
Kitchen.
No new ideas.
Oh
baby.
Bell's Kitchen.
What if we just do like our classics? Yeah, we do. What is it? For your consideration.
To you,
to me, to
whatever.
To you, to me, or whatever it was.
To me, to moo. That's the one. Yeah.
Marvel
Kitchen.
Calls Volume 2, absolutely not just Shields. Have you seen those films? Fucking hell, right?
not.
Okay,
You can do a one-off, can you?
Nope.
For which film?
All of them.
Do you know
All
what's
of
so
them.
fascinating?
All of them. I was going to say everyone, and I realised.
All of them.
I'll write it down, David, yes.
So blessing Phil on the chat saying yes to Bell's Kitchen. What's fascinating is like Bell's Kitchen doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but when I did Bell's Kitchen, I had to have like a laptop set up in the kitchen, right, and with my microphone and fucking everything. And now I'm just like, I'll just do it on my phone. You know what I mean? Like that's how things have progressed.
Couldn't you have done that at the time?
You could have done then, surely.
No, it would have been shit. The apps weren't very good, and
was that when you had your cat flip phone? Is that when that period? It wasn't the technology at the time. It was just the phone that you had.
The flip phone's not going to cut it. Look for this one.
But yeah, it wouldn't have looked as good. I didn't have like a wireless mic or anything at that point, whereas now it's like, oh no, that would actually be really easy to set up now. So yeah, I probably should do that at some point.
Now you can do it. We have multiple cameras, and the chat gets to determine the camera angle by pressing one in the chat or something.
You have to control me.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
like-
it's like Twitch plays Pokemon. It's
Yeah,
like, no, I
exactly.
don't want to put salt in. Okay, I'm putting the salt in.
just standing there, the whole kitchen's on fire, and I'm just like, come on, guys. Tell me what to
Someone
do.
press, open the
The
oven.
oven won't go up any higher.
I don't want to eat this with all the soil in it, but okay. Should we move on? Yeah.
And you,
Yes.
never mind.
What?
No,
James, you started, so you're finished.
Absolutely not. And I was absolutely not.
This
And I will
podcast
tell
is
you
not
after the
carrying
show
on.
because I started saying it and then realised it was a terrible, terrible idea. And
Well,
I'll tell you after the show.
I'm afraid we're going to have to
I
start.
want to hear this.
No, honestly, I can't.
Is it offensive or just stupid?
I don't know. That's why I don't want to say.
Okay.
It. That's why
What's
I
the
don't
general
want to say it.
theme
Let me
of
give
what you're
you a
going to say?
hall pass, and Carl will bleep it if
Yes.
it's offensive.
No, but
Go
it's
on.
still going to be on the stream, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but this is 1 second in a 2-hour
I don't
show.
think it
What the
is.
fuck? I've never worried about what was it?
Go on, James.
No,
What
it
was the
gonna be
general
a
gist?
joke. It was going to be in joke. It was going to be.
It was going to be in joke.
It's going to be in joke.
Why
It was
am I
going
in
to
joke?
involve
I hate in jokes.
swatting. But you know,
Swatting?
yeah, you know, like
Swatting, yeah.
Oh, swatting.
yeah, you know, like when people call like
Yeah,
the
yeah, I know.
things,
Yeah.
yeah.
Swat.
I was going
or
to
the-
say Sean could say something like, you know, like, can you please smot me, but with a fire brigade instead, or something like that. And it doesn't work. It doesn't even work. It's just ridiculous. Right, okay,
Glad we
cool.
got there in the end, though.
I don't know if we did, Sean. I reckon he just made that up to get out
No,
of
that is
the
seriously what it was going to
conversation
be, and then I just
because
thought
it
actually
was
swatting is
horrendously
terrible.
racist what he was going to say.
No,
Probably. No, it
the
is.
Oh,
swatting thing was
okay,
terrible.
cool.
But, yeah,
But with the
let's move
fire
on, shall we?
brigade.
yeah.
With Fireman Sam.
No, it's because it's no, because the thing. Oh, forget
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Forget
no,
it.
Keep
Okay.
digging. Keep digging.
How the fuck have you made a career out of podcasting? Bring back the days of Alan Keyes. They're the
Oh, this TikTok clip is going to be massive when this goes out next week.
We need to just stream the whole show on there. That's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it's 'cause- it was
we haven't
just-
got enough
yeah.
followers.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt,
No, I think we can do it. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. Alex79 again. Hello again. I enjoyed how enthusiastic Dave got about the possibility of Honey I Shrunk the Kids style Power Wash DLC this week, especially when he spoke about cleaning Hot Wheels cars as a tiny shrunk person. So, normal sized cars then? Thanks, bye,
Okay.
Alex.
Sean, you're on my side with this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's not the same, Alex.
Not the same.
You've just exposed yourself as not a Hot Wheels
No.
fanatic.
A lot of expertise goes into like when it's like a real world car and they're recreating it as a Hot Wheels one. There's a lot that goes into simplifying the designs in such a way that it still looks like the car, but it's actually missing a lot of the detail. So
Yeah,
it would,
yeah.
it would look different, basically.
And-
Yeah, but it's
also-
still, you're still
And also there are
literal-
cool weird ones that are not real.
But saying you're same size, same scale as the car? I mean, so...
Wait, hold on. Shut
That
the
was
fuck up.
the-
Are you on there? Are you on Alex's side here, Matt?
Well, it's more like, hey,
That's
we
like
shrink
saying,
your
what's
cars
the
the player
down.
point?
wasn't 1
What-
by 64 scale, then it wouldn't be
What's the point? What's the point in having Hot Wheels DLC for Forza? Why don't they just do normal cars? Like, there's a whole different style and look to them and little details and all that sort of stuff. Matt, don't be like that. Don't be
Don't
like
blame me.
that, mate.
Alex, it's Alex's issue.
Yeah,
not
you
me.
agreed. You went,
I was
actually,
just-
Alex.
No, I was
yeah.
kind of playing devil's advocate in a way. I don't really care. Stupid. It's all stupid. Toppin has messaged, hi gents, it's usually your good selves who recommend what I play, including but not limited to Balatro, Ball Pit, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, Dispatch, Power Wash and even 3s. However, I like to recommend you again, Neon Inferno. It's a 2D run gun with a cyberpunk aesthetic, reminding me a bit of Katana Zero. There's even a demo on PS Plus. Give it a go, or if not, don't. I'm not your boss. Piers, if this game's already been mentioned on the show and I missed it, I probably need to thank you again. Ta-ta for now. That's Neon Inferno. 2D
So I
run
did-
gun with a cyberpunk aesthetic. Hello.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. I bought it in the Christmas sale and then haven't actually played it yet. But yeah, I played the demo a while back. It's fucking rad. It looks incredible. Like just mad neon pixel art shit going on.
Can't beat that, can you?
Beautiful.
Got a couple of dream messages. Andy, it's funny because both these messages kind of start the same, but Andy starts, it actually happened. I had a dream about TCGS. Now, everyone else's TCGS dreams have been a bit weird and wacky, all manner of crazy goings on. Mine, I think you all just came to visit me for a bit and we all hung out. We all hung out.
Excuse me.
I think you all just came to visit me for a bit and we all hung out. Perhaps you'll visit me again in a future dream and everything will be much more memorable and weird. I'll keep you posted.
Andy, man, you've got to work on that imagination a little bit. I think from now on we will refer to you as Missionary Andy.
Don't we already call him that?
What do you want to drink? Got water? Yes, of course. Ice cream, vanilla, is it? Yeah.
How
Sure.
do you want to make love? This This next, I'm scared about saying this next thing. Is like this next name.
Give it a go. We forced James into telling us the swatting with the fire brigade, so you've got to do
Yeah,
this.
but
At the time, it would have worked, that joke. It would have worked.
I don't think it would have.
It would have done, because the whole point was that Sean was saying, like, the Twitch chat were going to tell him what to do. And that he'd be like, and then maybe he'd be like saying, like, please, can you get me to do, like, whatever? And so one of the things he could be, oh, whatever.
I'm thinking if James loses the bet, I think I'm not going to write for him now.
Just let him.
You're right.
Let
You're
him
right.
go.
You can do jokes. Let's see you do them on stage for 5 minutes.
It would have worked. It's just the moment was gone.
I can see him saying this on stage now. Light on him in the centre of the stage saying, it would have worked. It would have worked.
It's just the moment's gone. That's the problem.
okay, this
Oh,
is
how long have I been on stage? 30 seconds. That's
this message is from Le Comte de Morcerf, who is a character, is antagonist from The Count of Monte Cristo. Hopefully,
I
I
think
think
it
that's
might
safe.
be more curved because it hasn't got the little wiggle on the C that I don't know the proper name for.
Just
I
give
don't
me
think it's their
simple
real
names in
name. I don't
future.
think we've upset
No,
them.
it's a character
I
from
don't
The
think
Count of
it's
Monte
really-
Cristo. I don't think, and they're fictional. It finally happened. I had a TCGS dream. I'm with my kids driving out of the car park at Chesington World of Adventures. As I'm turning out of space, a white 80s sports car is coming towards me, and I notice it's Ian Lee driving with Dave in the passenger seat. The two are joking around, and Ian clearly isn't paying attention. He doesn't see me pulling out, so ends up slamming on the brakes. I see Dave clearly saying, "What a prick," to Ian while pointing at me. I stop the car, get out, and walk to their car. I go up to the passenger door and say to Dave in an aggressive voice, "Did you just call me a prick?" Dave looks flustered and turns to Ian, unsure about how to respond. At this point, I then say, "In the beginning," and pause with a smile on my face. Dave and Ian realise that I'm a listener of TCGS, and we all start laughing together before heading off on our way. I know in the beginning's a James thing, but hey, dreams are weird. I did wake up feeling a bit put out that Dave called me a prick, though.
there's no way I'd look flustered, mate. I'd fucking go for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not turning to Ian for advice in that situation. Okay, I'm a big boy. I can handle that situation myself.
Should we exchange our insurance details and, the whole thing?
Why? With the exchange, we didn't crash.
I thought you said he slammed into you.
No, he says slamming on the brakes.
Ah,
Mate.
okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Not having a good
slammed.
pod, are you, mate?
That's all I
You're
know.
not having a good pod.
No, it's. I'm gonna just.
Do you want to tell us another joke about firemen?
No, Matt, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I fucking do want you to do it, mate. I want to hear my old joke book.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Luke Summer Hayes has messaged in next. All right, guys. Love you lots. Glad to have you back. I was very interested by Sean's comments about how much better Astrobot is than Playroom. Up until now, I haven't picked up Astrobot because I was so underwhelmed by Playroom. I think y'all definitely overhyped it, but maybe I'll give Astrobot's full game a go. Also, Princess Peach Showtime was good, Echoes of Wisdom was great, and I love ARMS. Appreciate y'all, Luke Summer Hayes. Just to preempt you, yes, I do fancy Peach.
Yeah.
I mean, at least
I don't think we did overhype Astrobot. It's a fantastic platformer.
Oh, we did
all right.
overhype it.
It's all right.
100%.
I think we hyped it adequately.
it's pretty good.
It's excellent.
What we talk about? Sorry, what are you referring to? Playroom or
Playroom. I'm talking about Playroom. Yeah.
I'm talking about Astrobot.
All right. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know. He's not saying we overhyped Astrobot. He's saying we overhyped Playroom. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Luke Sub Hayes, in the same message, you've been negative about Playroom and positive about Princess Peach, Showtime, Echo Wisdom, and ARMS. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry you have exposed yourself as a Nintendo fan. I cannot be putting up. You sure Luke Summer Hayes isn't Matthew Castle? Can we look into that? Can we check the IPs?
Oh, it's an anagram,
please?
isn't it? For
Check the IPs on there. Just to
I
double
mean,
check.
I've met both of them, but never at the same time.
That's
So
it.
Who knows?
Hey, well,
yeah.
we've all learned something today, haven't we?
Have we what? What have we learned?
Next. That they're the same person, Matt.
Oh,
Keep up.
that's weird. No, I just. Stuart Fraser. Hi guys, I hope this reaches you before recording tonight. I just wanted to write in and let you know how much your podcast helped me last week. For context, an 8-month-long project I was working on went live. It wasn't as smooth as we all hoped, which meant working 60+ hour weeks a week solving issues. On top of this, I was closing missives on buying and selling a new house. My wife was really ill, so not getting sleep for the night, and I have children aged 2 and 4. Life is tough.
One of them's got a hammer.
No, 'cause Okay, don't worry. I've mentioned this before. It's like, I'm trying to do like THs a bit more, even if
Oh
it's,
no, yeah, I remember that because
yeah.
you got pulled up on it once, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's-
no, once all the fucking time. But
I will,
anyway,
well, can I compliment you on one thing that you said in this pod that
Is
you
it-
got
is it-
absolutely spot on?
Is it Chessington?
Yes, he
Yeah,
said
I
it
know- I
correctly.
noticed that
he
as well,
said
yeah.
it correctly.
As
He didn't
opposed
say
to what?
Chessington.
Chessington.
He didn't say Chessington. He
no,
said
it's
Chessington.
It's Chessington. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's it, boy. Don't you, like Sean shaking his head. You're from the north. You don't get
shake my
it.
head. I turned one way and then I
And then another way.
I was just
sped
watching
up.
tennis, actually. Go on.
Yes, Stuart continues. I decided to put the latest pod episode on Friday evening while working late, and hearing your voices just gave me this enormous lift. Hearing you all joke and have fun just withdrew me completely from the struggles of the week. I know you get lots of feedback on how much help the podcast gives people, but it's always worth reminding you how each week you can lift people when they need it the most. I was taken by surprise about how much it helped me and shows the quality of what you will do. I think it shows in the community, which includes all the amazing people in Discord as well. So thank you for making the show every Monday and looking forward to the next one. While this week is another couple of long days, my wife is better. We've got a night away booked to see Biffy Clyro in Glasgow on Wednesday without the kids. Life is good. From Stuart, no, not that Stuart, the other one from Discord. No, not Stu, the other one. Yes, the one from the Highlands. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, Stuart. That was a really
thanks, man.
nice message to get. I love that. So thanks for sending that in.
What,
taking the time to
what I
send
like
us
about this is the only thing I know about Stu's job is that he once got to be a judge at a shortbread competition, right? And I know
love
that isn't his job, but part of me reads this and thinks, "Oh, come on, mate, it's only shortbread, fucking hell."
Yeah, but you don't know how much pressure the shortbread community put on you
Big business.
when you're judging. Yeah, it is big business.
Big
Yeah,
shortbread.
We should say, like, because we got a lot of messages over Christmas and stuff. Most of them starting, "This isn't for the show," but and talking about how we've helped and stuff. It's we really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we may not read them out, but we do definitely read them all.
Yes,
We share them in our group and stuff, so we really appreciate that. That is it for...
Just so you know, we get messages. We are really fucking cool.
We get loads.
Yeah.
We're dead popular. You
We
just-
are
We
such
get
a
loads of
matter,
people
right?
just going, "Hey, don't read this out, but you are the best."
Yeah,
Like, we
loads
get
of
that all the
celebrities
fucking-
listen and they just don't
Yeah.
talk about us.
Yeah, yeah.
Or talk about us anyway. You know,
Or,
just
yeah.
don't even... Yeah, go to tcgs.co to leave your feedback for next week's episode.
That's more true than you might think, listeners. There are people that you just think, "Well, why don't you fucking tweet about us then?" Shall we get to the news, James Farley?
Yeah, why not? Let's do some news. And
Okay.
so, Meta have shut down Armature Studios, Sanzaro Games, and Twisted Pixel. And this follows on from a Bloomberg report that said that they're planning to cut more than 1,000 jobs from Reality Labs businesses, which is the division that manages the virtual reality headsets and software. They said, "We said last month that we were shifting some of our investment from metaverse towards wearables. This is part of that effort, and we plan to reinvest the savings to support the growth of wearables this year." So yeah, this is a massive shame because obviously this is more people potentially being either relocated or losing their jobs, but also these are studios which have released good stuff, like really quite good stuff. Like in the
That's
past.
what's so
Yeah, but
damning
like
about
the
this, isn't it?
biggest titles.
Yeah. It's like they made all the best shit and they're still getting closed down, which is, to me, pretty much signifies that Meta is done with VR. Pretty much, like, like I've always said, it's always frustrated me that we'll never get to see what the Quest could have been if they just treated it as a games console, and because I think the metaverse stuff really sort of obfuscates, what that headset can be all about. I'm not saying it would have been an astronomical success necessarily. It's just a shame we won't get to see what that could have looked like, because now we're just in this situation where it's like, some people are sort of begrudgingly saying, well, maybe the Quest or VR in general wouldn't be as big as it was if it wasn't for Meta putting the money in that they did. And I guess
I think 100% that's the case. They funded so much for so long, and like Valve, had the Index and they made Alex, but they've kind of let devs do it. Like 100%. Like there wouldn't be a VR industry right now, for what it's worth, without what Meta have done in the last 10 years.
Unfortunately,
Funding
that means-
all the stuff, all the huge titles. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
But equally, unfortunately, that means they can take it away by the looks of
Yeah,
it.
they can
Well,
pull it
it's
up.
it's the fact that they didn't fund. They bought studios. Now they're closing the studios down. Another bit of news that will come related to this is that Camouflage, who did. It's like former Ryan Payton, who was a producer on Metal Gear Solid 2, like his studio. They did Republic for phones originally, didn't win in VR, but they did the Batman game, which reviewed incredibly well. It's like you got it free, I think, with Request 2 or 3, I think, at the time.
They did an Iron Man game as well, I think.
Yeah, Iron Man, and they've been gutted apparently as well. Like they're down to like barely any people, a handful of employees. They've cancelled Batman 2, and now, according to a piece on Aftermath and also The Verge, the team that are left are basically working on UI experiences for hardware. It's like they've been reduced from all that talent, all the the games they worked on, Batman Arkham Shadow, Men in Beauty Fantastic, to now doing UI and stuff for another Quest headset. It's all the talent, all the experience, all the things that people have learned every day. How VR games should work, how menus work, how interactions work, how VR gaming should be. All this talent from these the 3 studios that James mentioned, this one and others. I mean, like the Pistol Whip studio, they made huge redundancies. It's like all this talent is going to go, and then if and when VR comes back at some other point, and has like another huge moment of VR gaming, everyone's gonna have to start again, like to start, and all the stuff I've learned to have to relearn. With it's really sad
because Meta are also killing their the business side of this as well, aren't they? As in like the stuff they do like for business apps, using VR and stuff like that. They seem to be killing that as well.
They bought this fitness app. I can't remember what it's called, but they bought a fitness app and made it first party. It had like a subscription, and they've just cancelled that. So like people who are using this for like fitness and other kind of non-traditional gaming uses, it's also getting killed. It's crazy.
If you own a Quest headset and you're hearing this and thinking, shit, is there going to be no more games? I mean, no, I don't think so. I think there's going to be, people are still going to put stuff out. B, even if the entire infrastructure fell apart, sideloading is a thing. It shouldn't be the answer, but it doesn't mean your headset's going to be useless if Meta do, officially pull the plug one day. Did you see? So this is from the Hit Points newsletter by Nathan Brown. He mentioned this thing from Game Discover Co.
Yeah, that's another great newsletter. Simon Carless. Yeah, it's really good.
And he talks about the sales numbers for where was it? Oh yeah, Ghosts of Tabor, which is big as VR games
big
go.
FPS VR game.
Sold 300,000 copies on Steam. Low millions on Quest. PSVR 2, less than 20,000.
I mean, I didn't even know they'd released it on that. So it's, Sony seems to have just completely forgotten that they even released that device. It's they seem to be
low millions on Quest though. It means that there is still an audience that are,
this is it.
Yeah. I mean, I this isn't like the end of gaming on Quest. It's just the end for the big budget titles, the tentpole releases. That they're like, oh yeah, the new Batman. I mean, like Asgard's Wrath, the first one. Good. The second one looked stunning. Again, I think that might have also been a package or a deal for one Quest headset. So like, it was like, holy shit! Like, what a game for the for the Quest, and it just means no more them. Like a Deadpool was also featured in that newsletter you mentioned. That's like in the top 10 for revenue. Did really well, but clearly they're like, we can't do this anymore.
Because you could look at it and be like, well, that's because I'm doing the fingers. Slop is ruling the charts, which, and there is stuff in there that I don't really care for, but as you say, these games are doing well, so it appears, like the big budget stuff. So it's not like everyone's what's the fucking Gorilla Tag? That's
Gorilla Tag. There's like Yeeps. There's a lot. There's I Am Cat, I Am Security. Like these, but basically, like it's VR slop or VR kind of it's geared towards like the much younger age range, because like the fastest when I was working in VR, the fastest growing market was like the 9 to 12 age range. And they're the one, and for them it's their first console. They've kind of grown up with VR, and that's why games like the ones I just mentioned, Gorilla Tag is so ridiculously massive. And
I mean, I tried to play Gorilla Tag, and it was just full of kids being horrible. So.
Basically, I mean, like any of those kinds of games, it's just kids screaming.
The language coming out. I mean, VR was such a booming industry. It was so like it felt like exciting and new, and then Matt got involved, and now here we are.
I know I left.
It's you left a wreckage behind you, Matt, because
It wrecked me actually. Yeah.
Look, I did say, I don't want to be Mr. I told you so, but I did say this felt like another wave of VR rather than we're here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was a huge improvement, and it's been a while, right? So like, when these new style headsets started coming out, from the Oculus to the Vive and even
I mean, it's
PSVR
basically
1
was that
stuff.
like 20? I mean, PSVR came out in
Well, that was
2016.
9 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. And it was one of our first live shows. Do you remember around your
around
house?
my house, yeah. So I think that was 2016, and we had like Quest and no Quest. We had like Oculus and DK1, DK2, the dev kits before that, and so
it's been a big wave, and I think it's been an important one in the growth of this style of technology. Like VR, AR has all been explored in this period, but nothing's really come of it to the point where it didn't feel anything more than like I said at the time, like a theme park ride. And eventually, if you get to ride the Nemesis every day, you're going to go, I don't want to ride the Nemesis anymore because I've done it a million times. But what I will say is that it will die down again. I think there will still be enthusiasts still looking to use their headsets, and there'll still be if there's still an audience there, they'll still be bringing out games and applications for this stuff. But I think there will be another wave, the next one will be, ball glasses and chips in our head, and look, I can smell the burgers in this game. This is where we're going, people. I'll go for a new style this year. I don't know if I'm going to go for a new style of podcasting this year. I'm going to tell everyone to get their bunkers ready. Sorry, James. Yes, you were saying you were about to say a joke about firemen. Go on.
No, I'm not doing that again. The thing is with this is I don't think like a lot of this stuff is gonna like disappear or just completely like evaporate. But like Meta's interest in I think has evaporated because I mean
now,
when you think about how this is a company that it did reorientate its entire company around this as this being the future. Because that's what they renamed the company, Meta. But the metaverse, the whole that kind of stuff. That's done now, like completely, and because Zuckerberg's moved on to, obviously to like generative AI and also, to like the wearables and stuff like that. It's kind of, I find it really interesting because like the company's obsession with having to own the next platform, like what the next platform is, and how we're seeing like all of these layoffs, all of this stuff that's happening are casualties of that. I feel, and
but that's every tech company. I mean, Microsoft are doing it, Apple do it, Amazon do it.
Yeah, well, that still doesn't make it great, though.
No, but it's not strictly a Meta kind of issue. Unfortunately, it's just how.
No, but everyone's trying to find the next big thing, right?
Yeah, but I think Meta in particular are much like far like more aggressive about that than most other companies because they're not a platform holder, and they want to be one, and that's why they put so much into this. Like, and this is why they bought so many studios is because they were desperate for this to to come off so they'd own a platform.
I think I saw they spent 78 billion on this whole thing overall in the last few years.
I will say though, they should have known what was coming based on when he did that presentation of what he thought the metaverse was going to be like, and
that's what gets me. Is I know it's like armchair criticism. People are like, I know what a multinational global corporation should do. But I do feel like everyone could see how shit the metaverse stuff was right off the bat.
Yeah,
and
it was never good then shit. It was just shit from minute one.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like, this is the start of something. And I can see where maybe it's going. It's like, no, I just don't think I want this. I want walkabout mini golf with my mates.
But again,
that's it.
But that's the thing.
What was so amazing, Sean. That was what's so amazing is that the stuff they were presenting was worse than the stuff that was already out.
Yeah,
you look at that and you go, no, the PokerStars thing and what they created seemed like more of a social thing than anything you've shown me. And what was that other? What's the fucking game where you play Rec Room? Like Rec Room looked way more fun than the shit they were showing us.
Yeah. And like VR chat already existed and had a massive community, and people were just making stuff for free and sharing it. And You can't
Yeah,
monetize
it's
that.
wildly misjudged. And what's funny is that, well, not funny because this is quite sad. When you invest in something like that and then pull the plug, like it affects a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But like, what's weird is that you just look at how public the criticism was, how the reaction, literally no one turned around and went, this is the future. I don't remember anyone even at the time saying, no, this could potentially work if they do it right. Like everyone looked at it and went, I don't want that.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's just not where they should have gone with it, but here we are.
What I will say is, if there's any whiff of support for Walkabout Mini Golf coming to an end, I'm going to need the government to step in. Because I need that on the NHS, right? I need a prescription for regular Walkabout Mini Golf courses. That
Do you reckon-
cannot be
Right,
allowed.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just this specific tier of games won't be developed. But yeah, I mean, like VR. I mean, these games are still bringing lots of money. I'm sure certain tier of games, certain style of games will be fine. It's just that these big budget, internally developed titles from places like Meta and elsewhere. I mean, like Valve don't really do this. Obviously, Sony stopped a long time ago, basically in the first week of releasing PSVR 2.
Released
So,
one game.
and that's what VR platform is like when the platform holder does not invest in the technology. So I think, yes, Meta isn't bothering, but the headset is still there. I mean, I haven't actually heard any rumors about Quest 4. I'm sure it's coming. And hopefully games like Walkabout Mini Golf and everything else will be
Why would they release a
fine.
new Quest at this point? It'd be pointless, wouldn't it?
Because you haven't. I mean, have they really because the Quest 3 was like a step forward, right, in terms of performance?
Yeah,
and everything?
massive.
Yes.
And then Quest 3S was more lighter and cheaper.
Has stuff like started to really take advantage of that, like in terms of like quality over?
I
like,
mean,
in terms of games,
it's always going to be a few steps behind, like current console stuff. So yeah, it looks stuff looks better on it than it did on the Quest 2, but it's still nothing looks as good as PSVR 2 stuff does, right? Because
For me, it was the Quest 2. Did I have the Quest 1? I can't remember.
you had a
But
1, didn't you? 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, the big jump to the 3S for me was, it doesn't feel like everything's struggling to do everything all of the time. It feels like things are loading as they're intended to load, and less crashes, and it was just more stable hardware. I think.
Yeah, and because you got to remember, because not only is it a device that has to fit on the front of your face rather than going under the telly or whatever, but it's also got to essentially run 2 displays at really high res and at a really high frame rate. So there's all sorts of compromises that have to be made visually. But yeah, it does. The Quest. I think stuff looks really good on the Quest 3. Like I've mentioned Ghost Town a few times. I think that genuinely looks fantastic. Like if you get close to the textures and stuff, you see where they've cut corners. But yeah, it shows what can be done with the hardware for sure.
Just a couple of just one thing. You were talking about Walkabout Mini Golf there. Someone from that studio listens, right?
Yeah, because every time we talk about,
We
I
mention
figured
them.
it's just they just keep an eye out for when we talk about Walkabout Mini Golf.
Possibly.
But yeah,
But if you are listening right now, 2 things, please. 1, sneak a reference to James Farley into any of your courses, please. But like that would just
Maybe
be the best
have
thing
that
ever.
fireman audio clip play if you I don't know if you get 100 hole-in-ones or something
Yeah. 100 hole-in-ones.
in a row.
And 2, Only Fools and Horses DLC, please. I want to put a ball into the exhaust of the yellow van. into Uncle Albert's pot of coffee on the
I'll
roast
have
dinner
to look
table.
up what Only Fools and Horses is. I mind you, they did Wallace and Gromit, right?
They're British, aren't they?
Wallace and
They're
Gromit's
British
massive.
studio. Isn't it a British,
What's in
British
it's a
studio?
global IP.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah,
Hold on,
Yeah.
but isn't Walkabout Mini Golf? They're a British studio, aren't they?
no,
Really? Why did I think that?
dunno.
Oh,
You assume everyone's British.
until proven otherwise.
A game of this quality could not have been made anywhere else.
British
Oh, I'm
is
less
of
proud of
quality.
it now. Stop listening. Stop listening. Okay. All right. Next news story, please.
Okay, so Nintendo's share price has dropped 33% in the last 5 months in Japan. So the stock was at a massive high when the Switch 2 launched because of how well it was selling, but it didn't do so well over Christmas, and also there hasn't obviously been a killer app, launched for it yet.
Stuff is coming out for it.
And there's also concerns about the possibility of price increases as well because of the the RAM the REM prices going up. And Furukawa has said that the company is not going to comment on that as to whether that's a possibility or not. But as VGC have said here, the share price is still higher than it ever was before 2025. And but obviously a 33% drop is not great. Like, it's, still
Yeah, but
so
I wonder if that's like a regular thing. When a console comes out, it shoots up a bit and then drops again. I don't know enough about stock. I don't get stock markets at all. Don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how you could buy a share and the next day it's worth like 8 times the amount you paid. I don't get it. I'll be honest with you. But apparently, yeah, Nintendo are crashing.
Yeah, so buy now, basically.
No, buy now. Buy. Not don't
sell.
sell.
Would it be a funny podcast segment if we just all had like a 20 quid portfolio?
Absolutely not. That sounds like something fucking Joe Rogan would do. It'd be not for me, thank you. Although it'd just be exclusively cryptocurrency, wouldn't it?
No, it'll be prediction markets. That'd be the thing, wouldn't
What's
it?
that? What's
That's a whole new thing now.
We do it at the start of every year, Matt. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Prediction markets are the big new thing. People making shitloads of money, like betting is going to be a war. It's quite insane.
Cool.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Right. Okay. Next.
So Sega have announced their 35th, the 35th anniversary plans to celebrate Sonic. And the reason I included this is because there's one particular thing.
Because you love Sonic.
Well, no,
you act like you don't, but you love Sonic so much.
I mean, apart from that, obviously. But no, they've got a whole list of things they're going to do for the anniversary. And one of them just, I don't know, piqued my interest. So the first one is digital content highlighting Sonic's evolution across the decades. Fan meetups, wasn't that one. Brand and retail partnerships featuring limited edition merchandise, museum pop-ups and art exhibits, live concert celebrations, and a brand new narrative podcast. So that's
Hey, step off, Sega. This is our turf.
No, we're on it. Have you not? Do you not remember? We were
doing all the characters.
That's what that script was. Yeah.
We're reading Sonic versus Zonic.
Just me and you, because no one else cares.
I cannot imagine what that podcast is going to be like. It's and also what the feedback is going to be like to it as well.
Excruciating.
Yeah,
It'll win an award before we do. Look, I quite like what they're saying here. Am I the only one? Would I go to a concert? The fucking music from the Sonic games is the best thing about it.
Some of it's
right?
really good. Yeah,
I'm not going to a fucking concert for it. I'll put on Spotify. I'm not going to.
David, do you want to go to a fan meetup?
I'd rather go. I'm not going to listen to the soundtrack at the Albert Hall. I'd rather listen to it on Spotify and then go to an actual concert. I don't know. I think I want something a bit more cinematic if I was going to listen to. Yeah, but Sonic.
It's not just going to be someone putting a Mega Drive on stage and just plugging
that
it into the mixer.
That would be sick, actually.
I'll just listen on Spotify if I have to.
Spotify. I mean, like Clear Obscure live, that'd be good. Or some other things.
I disagree. I don't think it would. No.
Dave putting his ear.
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah. But listening to Sonic soundtrack
with a Mega Drive.
David,
museums as well. I like the idea of museums. Like, I wouldn't mind going to a Sonic museum, just have a little look around and go, oh yeah, there's that little.
I'll probably save this for the bonus show, but I've been thinking a lot about Sega World recently.
Oh yeah.
Well, because James and I stayed in the hotel where Sega World used to be.
What was left of it?
The Trocadero.
Which is bonus show stuff. It's just mad because I never got to go. Because when I was
I went loads of times. Fuck you.
Yeah, I went twice.
We were bored of it, Sean.
Fucking hell. No, it's just because basically when I was that age, my parents acted like London was in another country on the other side of the world.
London.
Never
Cut to Corey Supercut of London.
Too busy eating Frey Bentos pies in a mine.
With a ferret.
But so to me, it's just always been this mythical thing. Like I know, like when I eventually lived in London, we used to go to Trocadero all the time, but it was always, the elevator, the escalator that took you up to Sega World was just dead and covered in cobwebs and stuff. And one time we got to go to.
No, they used that for a bit.
Did they?
I'm sure they used that for a bit.
Because
I remember going up there.
We went to a press event there once. I mean, it just said it was at the Trocadero, and then we got there and it's like, oh yeah, it's up this escalator, and we were like, oh, fucking hell, we're going to Sega World. But obviously, it was all gutted and covered in dust. Yeah, so to me, it's this mythical thing that there's not that much footage of it. And
Do you want to know my memories of it?
Please.
One, I completed one of the virtual fights. I think it was Virtual Fight 2 on the arcade cabinet on £1. I still don't know how I done that. When I think back to it, I think it genuinely must have been set up on easy mode or something, because I remember not even finding it hard and getting all the way to the fight. It was like you do one character after the other, and I was like, why am I still winning? I've been here for ages. This is nuts. There was a sort of AR game where it was like you were in these little slow go-karts with cannons and you fired balls at each other. And also anything that you queued up for, it was a string of arcade machines in free-to-play mode. So you would play a bit of an arcade machine and look over to your right, and that one was empty, so you'd move up, and that was the queue to get onto the ride. It was like amazing when I was a kid, but I look back at it and go, oh, it's just an arcade, I think.
Virtual theme park, Dave. That's what they said.
Yeah. So I don't like the rest of my family. I don't really talk to because they were in London and there's the whole thing. But all I know is that my mum's auntie's partner was one of the aliens and like the alien thing. So was it like
Alien Wars outside?
Was it like Laser Quest or Aliens? Yeah. Okay.
Alien Wars. Yeah, and the idea it wasn't Laser Quest. You weren't. Were you given guns?
I thought
I was too young young to go on it when we went, but my brother went on it and he said it was the most horrific thing he'd ever been. Like you go on a lift chased by a lift, like a xenomorph. And, you get chased by one of the aliens from the Aliens films. Oh, wow. Sorry, James.
Yeah, I thought it was more like a walkthrough or run-through experience, wasn't it?
Rather
than like shooting and stuff.
It's one of those things. Like when people talk about when the Millennium Dome was first built, and it's like, look, it wasn't good, but it was weird, and there will never be anything like it ever again.
I always wondered where the fucking idea come from, Sean. Like who went...
Sega World or the Millennium Dome?
No, for the Millennium Dome, where they went, those things that have a butlins?
Yeah.
Just have a big one of them and by the Thames. Why? Don't know.
Millennium Minute.
Never really thought it out.
Y2K.
But not only will it'll open to the new millennium and everything. Let's really make it delayed.
Let's run out of money so that we have to get loads of sponsors in and ruin it.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, Sega. Happy birthday, Sonic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No mention of new games here. I mean,
there's no mention of a Dreamcast Mini this year.
No, but a good time for it.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this? Did we talk about this in the Wiki Call on the podcast last week?
It's a prediction.
It was one of my predictions. Yeah, it's my prediction.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, because you turned around and went, what games would be on it? Oh, yeah, I don't...
all three of them,
all the good ones.
I'm already talking about it.
All right.
David, would you go to a Sonic fan meetup with me?
If I was going with you, 100%, I would go with you. I'd love that. I'd love to see your little face as you're walking around. Because you won't
wear
be
a
able to hide
GoPro
your
the
delight.
entire time.
Yes.
Genuinely,
Live stream it.
if they do a pop-up museum or whatever, we should take the kids. I'll be up for that.
Yeah, that would
100%.
be good.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Not you, Sean. I was asking James. I'm sorry, that was just me. But yeah, no, let's do that. Sounds good, isn't it? Sonic, he goes along.
He goes pretty fast.
Sonic, he goes along. That should be the subtitle for the game.
Go along. That's what he says.
Sonic, he goes along.
Okay, next story. Amazon have greenlit a Fallout reality show where contestants are going to live in a vault for what they're calling a huge cash prize. So it says here that the contestants will compete in a series of games. This is from
this lot.
This is from VGC. It says that contestants will compete in a series of games that test the 7 core attributes from the Fallout world: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. Because that's special. That's what it spells. Do you want to hear the quote from the show? What's it about?
Do I want to hear the quote from the show?
Yeah. The series will not only test dwellers' core attributes, but also their loyalty and alliances. It's a game of power dynamics, popularity, and social strategy, which will ultimately result in a huge cash prize. But do you have what it takes to be the most special?
See, it sounds like a Mr. Beast video.
I was going to say, it sounds like someone went,
I locked 2 people in a vault for 250 grand. It's like,
Beast.
yeah.
Yeah, like
What's cheaper, licensing Fallout or paying Mr. Beast to do another one of his Beast games?
I know that's on
Probably
now. New series on now.
Fallout.
We started watching it.
Yeah, we started watching it too.
Yeah, it's good. Actually, it's good.
scum.
Yes, I love
It's
that.
good. It's good actually.
Sean, you're so cool, but no, fuck, it's really good. Yeah, do not care. Right.
Does this not feel like a step too far to anyone else, or is this just me being weird and precious and boring and
Fallout in for the brand or like looking people in the vault?
for the brand? Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously trying to capitalise it. They're seeing what they can do to grow, I guess, a younger audience, I bet, who may not have been as into the games. Or I don't know, I think
we got so lucky with the actual Fallout TV show being as good as it is. I've still not started series 2 yet, to be fair.
Yeah, the first episode was really good. I've only seen one episode.
Yeah, so now I just look at this and just think, oh, here we fucking go.
I think there can't be a step too far now for Fallout after the canvas bags they tried to release.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
they're still working that debt off.
Yeah.
That was the one. I love the. I'm looking at a picture now of one of the ones that was promised versus what was delivered, and it genuinely looks like the shit Joe orders off of Temu and goes or Sheen. Look at this dress, Joe. It looks like it would dissolve in sunlight. You cannot wear that. I'm scared. I do wonder if kids are going to grow up and go, well, why are t-shirts? Surely t-shirts are all like really sort of shiny and that sort of really cheap football material.
And you wear them once.
Yeah. No, we just all got obsessed with Sheen. That costs 27 pence. Right.
Okay. Next story is okay. This is about Anthem. Because we talked about it last week as it being like shut down.
I think last week you said this is the last Anthem story ever.
I mean, I was praying it wouldn't be,
said,
and it's
fuck
not.
That shitty game. I'm glad it's dead. That's what you said.
Well, Mark Darrah, who was the game's executive producer, has put out like this massive 4-hour-long post-mortem of the game, which I haven't watched yet, but I'm intending to.
What? The News Hound, how have you not watched this as part of the news?
It's as long as 2 films.
Find the time, James. Find the time. I thought you'd love this game.
It was
Stream
easier.
it, James. Stream you watching it, please.
Watch along. Talk's over.
Oh, yeah. Commentary.
It was easier just to get a summary from VGC, who pointed
the
out some
amount
of the
of
stuff.
ad breaks there are in this video. I'm just looking at it now. It's got a yellow market next to every ad break, and there are a lot of ads in it. This video will make him more money than the game did.
Yeah.
Go on.
But yeah, so he goes through like basically like the pitch that was made to EA for the game's development, and he paraphrased this as being. He said it was going to be what if FIFA but BioWare is like the paraphrased pitch. What he means by this is this would be like a game with a long tail. Like it'd be something which is just which is continuous, but that was the idea. He also, apparently also
Hold on, that's not what FIFA is. That's not what FIFA is at all.
No, it's an annual release.
That's the opposite of what FIFA is.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? But there's a live service element, right? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is basically live service, yeah.
Yeah, a live service, and then you
annual
buy a
updates.
new one every year.
Yeah.
No, I'm not having that. Sorry, go on. I just had to pull Mark up on that point. I do apologise, James.
But also, he talks about how Anthem impacted like Dragon Age, the Veilguard, because there wasn't enough resources for both games, and basically they had to move people off Dragon Age onto Anthem to try and get things going. And then he also talks about the pre-order spreadsheet and what failure that was.
That was embarrassing at the time. I'm seeing it now, and like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and
game over from that moment.
Impact of the COVID-19, obviously on the development as well. But then he also talks about how the impact that the game had on EA as a whole in terms of with like pulling back from putting multiplayer
didn't it come out? When did it come out?
I don't know. I don't remember. Was it pre-COVID?
I thought it was pre-COVID.
But I think he was talking more in terms of when after it had come out with all trying to fix everything and all that, and how that was a bit difficult during like the COVID time. Gotcha. And but then also
they did that we spoke about last week. That big we're relaunching it.
Yeah,
we're working on
Next.
relaunching it. So
Next.
it's probably talk about that period, isn't it?
And then it was then they canned it. But then he also talks about the impact that the game had on EA as a whole, with this pull back from like sticking multiplayer into stuff, like and sort of particularly because apparently Dragon Age was originally going to have this as well, like it was going to have like multiplayer
That's
aspects,
right. Yeah.
and it was something that people noticed, when they played the game, that there seemed to be hooks in there that that should have happened. But
And the first trailer for that Dragon Age game looked like it's a hero shooter. So it's almost like, they were advertising it as that at the beginning as well.
But yeah, I'm going to watch this because I think it does look quite interesting. Yeah, to see how this panned out. Because and that's probably going to be the last we'll hear of Anthem ever.
I don't
probably.
believe you.
Yeah, never say never.
Another news story next week.
Yeah.
And
I mean, for the news.
Go on, sorry.
I just got one last quick one, which is that we now know about Marathon when that's coming out. It's coming out on the 5th of March for $34.99. So yeah, that's good, I guess.
It'd be interesting to see how that
thing
shakes out, right? Because I know
Yes.
we've all sort of gone from, good luck, like now that Arc Raiders is out and everyone loves it, like Anthem, the fucking Anthem, Jesus Christ, Marathon must be fucked. And now it's like we're a few months into Arc Raiders, really enjoying it. And part of me is thinking, maybe I could go for another one of these. I don't know.
Especially with the shooting as good as Destiny.
Yeah,
exactly. If nothing else, like at least the shooting should be really good in this. Like that's one of the things. But I think
the
people
only
off
thing
of...
that I will say though, and we'll talk about Arc Raiders in a bit, but the Arc Raiders, one of the appeal are the enemies, like the actual enemies that you're fighting are incredibly well done, and I don't think that's spoken about enough.
No.
And that is not Bungie's greatest.
It's how weirdly sort of tactile they are, isn't it? Like, there are items and weapons that can make short work of a lot of the enemies, but there are also ways to beat most of them with the
like
shit
popping off like propellers and then watching them react to that and how it affects everything that they do. It's like amazing. And I would be surprised if Bungie's enemies are as you say, tactile as that. But who knows? We'll see.
That's it. That's all I've got for the news this week.
Cool. Right, well, let's get to what you've been playing. I would like to start with Big Hops, which was a game that we spoke about last week. I've played it briefly, but I'm assuming Matt and James, you have played a lot of it this week. So I want to hear if your initial impressions stayed with you, if you picked up anything else. How did you find that game?
I mean, have you finished it, Matt?
No, I've not finished it. I've only played like an hour or so. But you've done it, haven't you?
Yeah, I finished it. I had a day off last week and I just smashed through it, and which is maybe not the way to play it, because one of the things which is really impressive about it, I think, is there's so much creativity that you can do inside the game in terms of using like abilities, and you can really go crazy, with like using like these like bubble spheres and all sorts of stuff. Like I've seen some stuff online which is pretty interesting. But I mean, overall, I really liked it, and it's funny because I think this is why, like, because you played it a bit, right, David? How far have you in?
Yeah, about 2 hours, an hour and a half in, something like that.
Yeah, because I think it takes about that long. I think before it for me, it took about that long before it started to really click and started to feel like, okay, this is something a bit different.
It's for me, it was when it started mucking about with like gravity, that level and then it has that sort of Mario Galaxy.
The void.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And you have all like the different abilities that you can pick up from like fruits and things like that and all that, which is really interesting. And one of the things that I really liked about like the game overall is also the difficulty, because you can, I mean, I just played pretty much straight through this, sort of mainlined it, but there are greater challenges as well, because they have like these void style like levels as well, like from like Mario, it's Mario Sunshine, wasn't it, had the void levels, which were like the more difficult like sort of sections, and it has all of those as well. Like you can do real like sort of platforming challenges with it, but I mean, I skipped quite a few of them because I was like, I just want to get through and see how far I can get through this. And I mean, the controls in the game are really very good. I don't think they're not quite Mario or Donkey Kong good, but they're definitely serviceably great, like for playing a game like this. And the biggest problem I had with it though, like overall, and this is the thing that kind of kills me, is the performance on the Switch. Now, I posted about this on Blue Sky, and I like with a little video of like one of the areas because I think, but the first 2/3 of the game on the Switch completely fine. Like it's frame rate, no problem whatsoever. And then you get to these like more sort of largely populated areas, and it started to like dip, and I was like, okay, this is not great. But it wasn't to the point where it was game breaking. You know, it was just like, okay, this is noticeable, but it's not like impacting my enjoyment of the game. But unfortunately, by the time I got to like the last couple of levels of the game, it did become unplayable because the game just kept crashing. That was the problem I had. It's like it was, and I tried closing the game, restarting my Switch, the whole sort of thing. And on the final level, I had to do one of those sections so many times because it just kept crashing. And every time I was like holding my breath of like, am I going to be able to get the last thing I need to this so I could just get out of this level so it saves and gets me on to the next point. And I mean, to the point, the crashing was crazy to the point where like it crashed during the credits. Like when I was like, I was watching the credits and it just crashed, like it just went straight back to, you're on the Switch.
Scientologist in the chat is saying that they had the same problem on the PS5. So
oh no,
not
even
necessarily
just a Switch thing,
a Switch thing. Look, that is unacceptable. Like that is just unacceptable. And there's a lot of like sort of leniences you give with indie gaming. And playing a game from a smaller studio and all that sort of stuff, crashing during like that often, there's no way you ship that and don't know that's a problem, right? And
yeah, performance issues are one thing, but full-on crashes, usually that's a certification fail, right?
See, that's the thing, because like as I said, when the frame rate was dropping and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, that's fine. It doesn't really bother me like that much. But the crashing was the thing that bothered me. I mean, the developer has said that there is a patch coming. At least there's definitely one like coming for Switch, which hopefully will fix like these issues, because it's a brilliant game. Like it's really good, and I really enjoyed it.
But my point, I can't reiterate this enough. You bought the game when it come out.
Yeah.
You've played through it. Them fixing those issues is no interest to you now. Like you have played that game and struggled through those crashes and those problems.
To be fair, James could have stopped.
Yes, I could have stopped and waited for the
but
patch.
He shouldn't have to. He's paid for the fucking game.
No, I'm just
right?
saying
it's broken. Like I know what you're saying. Yeah, you couldn't have brute forced your way through it. And but like it's, I don't know. Like I never like that stuff. I always think that you are, regardless of how big your studio is or any of that sort of stuff. I do kind of think you can't release a game like this surely unless I'm missing something. Like
unless
I don't know enough about game development. But as a punter, if I've paid for a game that you've sold me, I want it to at the very least work. And it sounds like it was struggling to do that at the end of this.
Unless it was an isolated thing, and because I haven't seen that many people talking about this, so maybe it was a me problem in some way or whatever. I don't know how.
Well, it's these kinds of things. It's more like how many times can it be replicated? Can it be how many times you play that? How many times does that bug happen? If it's every time, then they'll be forced to do like a patch or whatever. But if it's less than that, then they can use that. You can do a patch after that may address the issue. But if it's not 100% of repeatable kind of playthroughs, then maybe they can get away with just getting out there and working on a patch after that. But
I mean, they have definitely been busy, because on the Steam version, it's been like, feels like pretty much every day there's been a new update for it. But obviously, on Steam you can just do that.
You can do it whenever you want.
They have to wait for it to go through certification, don't they? For
So I'm assuming they're going to wait until a number of fixes are in place and then get the console updates out. But
so you came away really enjoying it as a game, right,
even with all of these, even with the like towards the end, like the crashing and everything, I still loved it. I thought it was really very good, and it was a really, like Matt said last week, it's like a really nice way to start the year. Like honestly, just like this was a great start, I think.
So from the stuff that I've played so far, like I really like the platforming. I think it's got some really cool ideas. I just really, I can't click with everything else around it, and I want to know how you feel about this, because I think it is a very solid feeling platformer. The momentum feels great. I love the fact that you can continuously jump and dive, and that builds up speed. Like I was flying around levels at one point because I was just kept doing the jump and dive thing, and he was just building up momentum. I love that stuff. I think the climbing was cool. Some of the platforming was cool. I think Hop is a shit character. and I don't like the way Hop and his friends talk. And there was part of me that was kind of like, this is clearly too hard for a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old.
I know what
play,
you mean. There's a
right?
bit of a mismatch.
So why
with
the fuck is all of this aimed at a 3 or a 2-year-old?
You mean
Hey,
like visually?
Hop, visually and the way they talk and the script and everything. I was just thinking, why does this feel like the Bluey game, but with good gameplay? Like I don't get.
But you
that.
see, I wonder how much of that is them trying to subvert that.
Yeah,
like,
it feels
in
like
terms-
it's subverting constantly. Like just like
Because the
way-
dialogue is all
the
that.
dialogue
You know.
feels like it's more Adult Swim than kids Saturday morning TV.
No, it doesn't, does it? Not
I
the
don't know,
dialogue
it's just-
that I've seen.
I don't know. It's probably a combination of the style of the delivery, the style of the voice, and the writing. It feels like there's something more than it's just what it is on its surface.
That's what I mean. Like some of the
does it make
dialogue
that
is.
more obvious later, James, or is it
Yeah,
that
because
tone all the way through?
this is why I said some of the dialogue in it kind of reminds me a bit of Baby Steps in the sense of just like how sort of off kilter it is.
Wow,
Like, it's a bit,
I have not
a bit
picked
odd.
up on that at all.
You know, it's
I've had like the conversations and stuff is very sort of.
No, it's
hey,
very
Hop,
twee.
I've got
Yeah.
to go down there. Okay, I'll see you down there, and then you're controlling it again and I'm going, what the fuck was that?
No, it's
Yeah.
at the start it's very twee like to begin with,
Right.
but that does change as the game
Okay,
continues.
cool. All
Yeah,
right,
it's,
all right. I'll stick with that then.
This
I
is
like
why- This is why I would
on.
recommend it to you because I think you will like it. It's just,
Okay.
but I know what you mean. There's like a kind of a weird sort of mismatch with the visuals and all that kind of thing. Because
yeah.
yeah,
I don't like. What were the other things I don't like? There's like visually I don't. I sort of like. I think the levels sometimes. You know what's great about Mario games is that, especially with the platforming, you're getting from A to B, but there's always stuff to do in the way and in the middle. And so far, I've seen none of that. It is very much like they're quite open areas of platforming, but
That
there
also
is
changes.
nothing about. So that feels a bit barren. And
that changes as the game goes on. That I know exactly where you're talking about because that was the point actually when I was playing the game. You talk about the desert sort of like area.
No,
Like,
I'm talking about the forest where you're growing the vines
okay.
and stuff. It's like you're literally just doing what's in front of you, and everything is there
Yeah,
just to
there's
service
no-
what you're doing next.
Yeah, it doesn't feel creative. It's just like
No,
I need to get up
like,
a
when
wall
you
and
play
hear all
something
the
like- and
vines
this
see, it's
isn't-
cool.
Yeah. It's not
But no-
fair to compare to
Yeah, I
Mario
was-
and Astrobot. Obviously, the fucking budgets are different. However, there's that ethos in both of those games that everything you're doing should be fun, and obviously that's lacking from this.
No, I think because the way that this changes as the game progresses is it becomes much more about sort of smaller contained areas which have like very specific kind of like routes or puzzles or whatever that you got to do to like get out or to like do whatever, and it becomes a lot more focused, and that's when it really works. The big open areas, like I mean, Ben in the chat is saying like, you know, the desert level is not, because that's the first like sort of big sort of like hub area, and it isn't a great advertisement for the game, I don't think, because it's quite barren. There's not a lot to do at all, and it's kind of like, where do I go, you know, that kind of thing. But then it becomes much more funneled later on, and that's when it works a lot better.
Okay, cool. I will stick with it. There are, two other complaints. One, scanning a bug before you eat it is annoying because you don't even need to look at different parts of it. You can just hold the stick in one direction and it goes up. And also the dialogue choices that have zero impact on what's going on. Like, I don't get that. I assume maybe there's something going on in the background then, based on stuff that you're saying, but it is weird how you could say, like, it gives you 3 options of dialogue choice for Hop, and the answer is always the same. Well, it feels like it could always be the same, you know. I really like it as a platformer, and it interests me. It's everything around it that I'm sort of not clicking with. I'm not saying I'm hating it at all, but like I'm kind of like, I fucking hate Hop and his stupid fucking face, and I sort of hate like the fact that this feels like one of those the tone of it is very much one of those kids games that you get in you know, CEX, where there's like 80 of them queued up and based on a cartoon no one gives a shit about. Look, I'm too early. I love the fact that you've said what you said, because that makes me think that I should absolutely stick with it.
Yeah, no, you really should, because it
okay.
changes. The creativity goes like through the roof later on. It's really excellent.
Good one. Good one. That is Big Hops, available on your consoles and Steam. Sean, what have you been playing this week?
Hello. I played a bit of Planet Zoo because I went to the zoo over Christmas, and then I got home and Planet Zoo was about £2.49 on Steam. And I thought, yeah, I want to build a zoo. That'd be cool. It's been super interesting. I haven't played a lot of it, right? I think it's not for me, right? But do you remember
The
last
Zoo
year?
or Planet Zoo? I'm trying to work out.
What? Sorry.
The Zoo or Planet Zoo?
Oh no, Planet
What's
Zoo.
not
No,
for-
the actual
Oh, okay.
zoo is a big thumbs up from me. It's
Loves caging animals. That Sean Bell.
oh yeah,
loves them.
I love it. Less welfare, the better. Yeah. So remember last year I played a lot of 2 Point Museum,
Yes.
and I got absolutely obsessed with it. And to be honest, it probably should have been on my game of the year list, but it's busy.
I mean,
now,
did you
so-
play Campus or Hospital? Because they were also good.
I played a bit of Campus, but that was it. For some reason, Museum. was
Eddie and
the
I
one that-
loved Hospital mostly because we replaced all drinks machines with laxatives. And,
That's right.
good
Yeah.
times.
And yeah, so I absolutely adored it, but I don't know the genre well enough to sort of really voice why that is. I don't know. I just don't want to stop playing it forever, right? And then coming to Planet Zoo, I was just like, no, this is too hard for me. This is too much. It's just
Is it too serious, like sort of hardcore?
yeah, like, and obviously it's incredible because it's such a rich, detailed simulation in so many ways. But it's I don't know. It's just like I sort of take one look at it. I'm like, no, this is levels beyond what I want from this genre. So yeah, it's like on the one hand super impressive, but then also I was just like, no, I think I'm good. What also doesn't help is I assumed I could play this on the Steam Deck. Turns out it doesn't have official controller support, which I thought was weird. 'Cause I'm
Oh.
pretty sure it's on consoles.
Yeah, it was on Game Pass, wasn't it? At one point.
So I thought that was weird. So I was hoping I could play it on the telly, but I can't. Yeah, Planet Zoo. There you go. There's a review. The thing I've probably played the most of this week, well, aside from Arc Raiders, but we'll get to that. I've been playing Vital Shell. So this is one of these ones that shot up the Steam charts. It's a survivors game, as in Vampire Survivors, etc. But this time it's go on. Dave.
No, I just look at it and you go, "What? There's so many staples of that genre that it's got to look a bit bad."
Well, this is what I find so fascinating. So, yeah, so it's a survivors game. So you running around shooting enemies and getting power ups, and trying to sort of craft a build. And but this time it's like PS1 style visuals, and you are a mech, which obviously speaks to me. So. You can play it as like a twin stick shooter if you want, but if you just don't touch the other stick, you'll just auto fire at the nearest enemy, which is fine. I do think it's got the juice. I really like it. It's like so far I haven't found any sort of mad, because Vampire Survivors was all about working towards these like mad efficient combos, and then by the end of a session, there's just fucking lasers all over the screen. It's brilliant. This hasn't reached those levels yet. What I have found really interesting is when, so you have a mech, you start out with a weapon, and then you get more, you add more weapons as you go through a run. But then also those weapons, sort of you start adding like these gems to them, which affect them in certain ways. But then also certain combinations of gems will produce certain special effects once you've got all four in a weapon. So that's been really cool, figuring out what those combinations are, and then being like, right, so I know this combination makes a weapon fire in a spread rather than just one bullet. And then, oh shit, that would be amazing with the weapon that shoots fucking missiles instead of bullets, stuff like that. Just working out those little synergies has been really fun. I'm only like 2 levels in, but yeah, that's been great fun. Again, it was like £6, and I've had a really good time with it.
Yeah, I remember seeing pictures. I just thought, oh, this is like assassin game. Obviously, they heavily reference it's like PlayStation, style. But my instance was like, like even like the way how would you even describe like the way they use colors? It's not like skeuomorphic, but it's like
I know
it's kind of showing, almost like a shadow and light. It just looks very Saturn, very PS1 style kind of typography in the game as well as the graphics as well.
Virtual on, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you know the one of these that my friends have been obsessed with now for far too long? Brotato.
Oh yeah,
Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I just played it. It seems alright.
So do my friends.
It seems alright. I don't know.
Does it?
Your voice doesn't sound like you seems all right, Sean.
No, it's one of those I see Isaac playing it, and I'm like, I've put Vampire Survivors on that console for him, and he's not playing that, but he's playing Brotato. All right.
What if he thinks it's a better game though, Sean?
Well, that's absolutely fine. Then I haven't passed any.
What if all the kids are into Brotato?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, weird genre. Anything else?
Arc Raiders, mate.
Oh, do we do this chat now? Because
Should
I don't
we
know.
just do Arc Raiders chat? When do we stop?
I don't know. I've been asking that
We
this
must have
week,
to
so I'm
limit
up
it
to
at some
like
point.
30 hours on this fucking game, and I'm in bad. I'm in bad. I did something this weekend that I absolutely hate myself for.
Okay.
It got to about 8 o'clock, and Charlie was asleep. Harry was upstairs playing on his Xbox. Joe said, "Do you want to watch something?" And I said, I don't really fancy watching anything tonight. She went, "You just want to play Arc Raiders, don't you?" And I went, "Can I?" And she said, "Yes." And I shuffled my chair over in front of the telly, and I sat and I played Arc Raiders all night whilst my wife was behind me looking at the back of my head thinking, what a prick. And I don't even think anyone was on. I think it was just me. Oh, no, it might have been me and Jay.
But then I really love solo sessions on it.
Yes, so do I, because I could get to focus on my quests and stuff.
Yeah. It's
I
genuinely
don't feel
quite
guilty.
relaxing now.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's an undercurrent of tension, but it's quite and knowing the maps really well at this point, and I don't know. There's something really nice about just going for a bit of a scavenge.
I've been checking out as much content as possible about good loot spots, going to those good loot spots, realizing that there are no good loot spots because it's completely randomized. And hey, this is guaranteed place for blueprint. It's fucking not. I've had moments where I have left with I've come out with over 50k's worth of loot on a Mark 1 loot augment. I was saying that weirds me out because no one knows what that means unless you've played this fucking game. I've watched upwards of 45 hours worth of burnt peanut content. A lot of it is just the same clip over and over again. I had last night, Sean, I jumped on with my mate Jay, who's played for a long time but not intensely, and he's slowly starting to get into it in a big way. And like I said, I'm sick of being scared of the Ark. I actually want to just go, I'm going to load up a bunch of here's the thing, you break through the barrier and go, do you know what, I'm not scared of losing shit anymore, so I'm going to take loads of stuff with me. I think it helps the fact that the matchmaking means that I barely get turned on by other raiders at this point. But here's what happened. I went out on my own and I was doing a mission on the Blue Gate, right? And there was the Queen. It was either the Queen or the other the matriarch on there. And I was underground. Oh, no, it was on Spaceport because I was underground in the tunnels. And I heard this thing, matriarch or whatever, going nuts above me, just above where the tunnel was. And I was like, what the bloody hell's going on there? And then as I walked out, I just saw so many people on this server attacking this thing. And I was like, well, I'm going to do my quest. So I was doing my little quest or whatever. And as I walked towards the extraction point, I heard a massive explosion, looked around, the thing had exploded, and I heard this music rise up. There's sort of a celebratory soundtrack that kicks in when you take out something like that. And I left the map and I thought, I should have been a part of that. Why didn't I get involved? That looked like the greatest moment ever. So my mate Jay come on. I was like, right, we are gonna do some stuff. So I took a wolf pack out with me. But I didn't tell him that I had this thing. And we're running along, and all of a sudden a rocketeer flew up to us. And now these are quite powerful flying enemies, right? You'd never try it 1-on-1, would you? Unless you had a really, really good weapon. And I just went, here, no, watch this. Chucked a wolf pack. it didn't kill it, but it got it really rattled. And then I shot it a couple of times with my anvil, and that was it. And it was down. And I just thought that felt fucking great. And I went up to it and I looted it, and it made that sound when you had some cool shit in there. And I was like, put that in my safe pocket. Lovely old job. So then we went out again, and my mate Jay was like, let's do a fucking bastion, man. And I went, yeah, let's do a bastion. He said, I've taken one down before. They're not that hard. I was like, fine. It fucking was hard. Right? It took us ages. We ran out of all our hills, but we fucking did it. And I was just, and then I got so many of the bastion cells, and every time you get one of them, it makes the sound when you loot it. And I'm like, this is it. For me, I think I've worked out why I like this so much. The progression system is so well implemented. I don't know if that's by luck or by design. I think there has to be some element of luck to it, but because obviously you work towards a progression system, but to get it this right, there must be some element of luck to it, because every raid you play, you feel more confident. And stick with me, listeners, especially Arc Raiders fans, because you will not like what I'm about to say now, but it reminds me of the first Far Cry game that I played.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you why. You go into that Far Cry world. Mine was Far Cry 3. You do not know the rules of the world. And it warns you early on, if you step in the wrong direction, man, you're getting fucked up. A snake will grab you and bite you, and you'll be poisoned, and you will be dead within a minute. Do not fuck up in this game, or learn the world. And then you get more and more confident, better weapons, better, health and everything. And then suddenly you got a handle in the world, and you think, I'm not scared of it anymore. I'm not fucking scared. Of course, you've got to be on your guard a little bit. But I think I can handle myself against other raiders now. I think I can handle myself against some bigger enemies. I'm in. And it's taken me 30 hours to get there. But once you get over that fear of running around, I'm still not going to that factory thing yet. I'm not that confident in it yet. But I'll get there. Yeah, I'm not getting there yet. But then I saw a video. The shredders on that. Someone worked out that you can put a fireworks box over the eyes, and then it can't see you. Like, you could chuck it. This is fucking incredible, and I'm so down the rabbit hole with it that I'm quite scared as to what my next month's going to be like. I'm scared, Sean.
Well, you should be scared, because this week we've got one of the. So, for those who don't play the game, every week, so when you hit like level 15, you unlock this trials thing. So every week there'll be like a set of objectives, and it'll be like damage this type of enemy, or deliver this item, or whatever. So, and the idea is, in one session, so in one, you go out onto a map, you've got to do that one thing, or one of those things, shitloads, and then return safely. So if it's damage flying enemies, for example, you'll have to take down anywhere from 10 to 20 of like the small ones, or I assume bigger ones count for more. So it's quite intense. You got to like really sort of plan how you're going to do it, and then you got to get out safely. Changes every week. One of this week's is damage queens or matriarchs. So I'm like, oh fuck, just like, because I've been avoiding them basically this whole time. And yeah, so now it's like, right, we need to have a session where we actually step up and do that. Maybe me and James will do that tomorrow night.
I'll at least get involved in a fight with one. That'd be really funny.
That would be very funny.
A friend of mine gave me a snap hook, which is basically, a grapple hook. Just game-changing element of that game.
Do you reckon? I struggled with it. I've not really used them that much.
Oh, mate, it's so good.
It's so easy to hurt yourself with them as well.
Yeah, you can really fuck yourself up. But like hooking in enemies and stuff, and then dragging them into walls and smashing them up straight away, all that sort of stuff's great for. And I want to experiment with that. I want to be one of those guys that I've seen on TikTok that can grapple hook up onto a rocketeer and place a mine, and then jump off and land on a zip line. And I want to do all that sort of stuff. I also really want to do just one session where I set booby traps up for other raiders.
Yeah, because I can't be arsed with mines and traps and stuff. I'm sure people do amazing stuff with them. I just never
Yeah,
had the patience.
the one I saw was someone doing. They set up a zip wire, and then on the other end of the zip wire was a load of mines. And he said he saw a whole team going across the zip wire, jumping down, and just explode in front of him. It just, obviously I don't want that to happen to me, but actually seeing that is quite funny. And just running around chatting to bit. I had one thing where I'd got a ton of decent loot. It wasn't the biggest haul that I'd ever had, but some stuff that I really needed for quests, for upgrades, and like worth a lot of money. And it was right near the end of the fucking thing, and I managed to. Someone had pressed the elevator. And just as the flaps were going back up, I managed to dive through the smallest crack in the thing,
yes.
and I heard someone go, "Look round at me," go, "Fucking hell!" And then it faded to black. It was so funny. And then I had another moment. Jay and I got we were looting, and we were going, what are we going to do? Like, there's not much stuff. Keep looting, keep looting. And then Jay just went, "Shit, we got 2 minutes." And I looked up, I was like, "Oh fuck!" And we got the achievement for extracting with only 5 seconds left.
Oh, nice.
On the clock. Yeah, with less than 5 seconds left on the clock. And I was like, "Oh my God," we did that naturally. Like, we didn't try to do it. It was like, we were like, "Go, go, go, run, 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 run." I'm like stabbing myself with adrenaline shots. Like, and then we had that night that we had where we did it on stream. If you've not seen it, go to YouTube. If any of this sounds interesting to you, go and watch our stream of it. It's up on our YouTube channel. Just so fun when we teamed up with those guys to take down a rocketeer, and then turn around and both of them were dead, and neither of us could do anything to help them.
I noticed something really weird about that. So when I went to where the rocketeer had died, and I was looting,
there was a corpse down there.
There was a corpse there. That corpse isn't there when I first took down the rocketeer. So he must have crawled out. So we could have taken the defib from the guy that we told to listen to the show and possibly saved his mate, but I don't know.
Oh, right. No, I don't care about that. I have been running about the place like with defibs and just
I've started
reviving
since.
people
I've
running
not
off.
used one yet, but yeah, ever since that interaction, I'm like, yeah, probably should.
But there is part of me, Sean, that just kind of goes, why am I doing that? Why don't I just let them die and then take their shit? Like,
do you know what it is? It's the shopping trolley thing. You know, when people say, "Oh, whether or not you return a used shopping trolley is like the only true moral test in the world," because it's like you're just doing something for for someone you've never met and will never meet, and there's no reward for it. No one's going to tell you off if you don't do it.
That doesn't work.
But do you not think it's the same in Art Raiders?
No, because if someone come up to you and said, "If you leave that trolley in that space there, I will give you 10 grand," and you go, "No, I'm going to return it," actually, that's what I did. Like, I could have got so much shit from that guy, potentially.
But do you not think you reach a point where it's like, well, yeah, they'll have stuff on them, but I've got loads as well. I don't really...
There's some blueprints out there that I really want.
But you're a nice guy, David. That's why. You're going around helping people.
I'm not. We know I'm not. So are you definitely playing it tomorrow night with Sean?
Yeah.
This will be last night.
Well, I was going to say, don't feel like you have to, James, because bearing in mind, we've got Patreon stuff 2 nights a week and you've got baby steps. So you'll have one night this week to yourself.
Yeah. I also may have to work late tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But I'm hoping to.
Well, don't worry about it. I'm happy to do, because I was thinking if I do a solo one, I'm going to do a session where I'm just going to be a paramedic. So I'm just going to take in a load of defibs and a load of adrenaline shots and just sprint around the map trying to revive people.
I can't. Yeah, I'll just be please do open mics the whole time, though. Just going, I'm a medic. Anyone need doctor in the house? Doctor in the house.
Can I join you next week then, Sean? Because that'd be
sure, whenever, man. Let's say it's just open invitation, no pressure.
Do you know what, Sean? I was like, almost went, I'll do it again tomorrow, and then I remembered I was on it all night Saturday night, all night Sunday night. I'm doing this tonight, and for me to turn around to Joe and go, actually, I'm going to be on it all night. I am ashamed of myself.
Is do what I did and get your wife into it, so then she can't complain because she wants to play it as well.
Joe will not play that game. No. You're right. I think it is good to play on your own, which is fucking lucky because I've got friends that don't want to play with me. It's quite sad, really.
Here we go. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What? You think that was directed at you, Matt?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I've been asking you to play it for about 3 weeks, and then suddenly, just to let you know, I'm playing with my friend from Leeds tonight. Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it then? What is it about me?
He's just a lovely, lovely man. And no,
So about Dave or the
no, my
Definitely not me.
no,
The Leeds guy.
I said yes. I played Ark Raider one night, and it scared me honestly, because I could see
normal
myself.
at first. Oh, I see, because of the rabbit hole.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was incredibly overwhelming. I mean, we had fun. It was like, great to find. I mean, I genuinely had not really, other than clips, had not really seen it properly. Other than I watched your stream on Tuesday night, and then I made Joe on whenever it was, Friday or Saturday, whenever it was, or in the week. And it was incredibly overwhelming. Like, there's just a million things to pick up. I didn't know what was good, what was bad. Like what to do, and then all the the workbenches to level up, and then you got you got the chicken. I was like, I don't know. Like, whereas a few years ago, Destiny, who cares? I give away all your life to that. It doesn't matter. But I could see. That's why I haven't gone back to it. I'm scared. I'm really scared that if I play it properly,
I'm
it
sure
does sound
if
amazing.
Joe asks you to play again, you'll be back on.
Oh yeah, with Joe for sure. Yeah. There's no one else.
What piece of shit? What an
No,
actual
I-
piece of shit you are. I've been asking you to play video
I
games with
know,
me for
I know.
fucking ages. What is the
I know.
matter with you? What's Joe got that I haven't got? What's so special about... No, we're going to do this now. What's so special about Joe?
Joe asked me, and I was like, okay, well,
I've asked you. Okay, so 1-1.
I think Joe asked you. Joe might have asked you before. I don't know.
Right, well, you've flustered now, aren't you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I said yes to Joe.
There's
and I
no
haven't said yes to you.
way. There's no way Joe has asked you before me. There's 0% chance.
I'll
of
check
that
the
happening.
messages. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. On that one night, I felt
Does
okay.
matter.
Okay, I'll play a game. I'll play a game online, and then I did it, and it was a big move for me. It was a big moment.
It's just that happened to be the one night that Joe was available, and not the 7,000 nights I've asked you to play a video game with me. Is that
It's
it?
funny. It's funny how it works. But yeah, anyway, I played it. I enjoyed it. I'm scared. I haven't gone back to it. But I got my workbenches, and I got that chicken upgraded once. I got 1,000 things in my stash. I don't know what they do. We didn't have one battle with someone else. Like, we just met nice people. Like, we didn't have one arsehole. We just
It is amazing how that sort of turned around, because I said sort of towards the end of last year, I was like, it's turning, people are getting shitty, and I kind of thought that would just be a gradual decline, like that would just continue. But it weirdly seems, I don't know whether it's to do with the way the matchmaking works. Which
is it not dependent on like how many people? Because my best friend Joe was saying, like, like one or solos or doubles, it's like different. But if you go to threes, it's like it is a bit more lively out there. Or
it is, I think that's
changed?
just because if you're in a group of three and you manage to stick together, and then you spot another group that's maybe spread out a little bit, suddenly you're like, oh, we could actually take these one by one. Not me, obviously, I'm a good boy, but I can see why other people would be like, oh shit, this actually presents a lot of opportunities to take people out individually. So I think it just makes people a bit bolder. Whereas on solos, everyone's shitting it. So
I had a nice moment the other night where I scared off an aggressive raider. It was brilliant. I was just climbing into a building, and they shot at me twice, and I was like, what the fuck? And I shot them at once, and they looked at me, and I must have really damaged them, because they sort of just turned and run off as fast as they could.
It's a great feeling.
Like,
you just get a good hit on someone, crack the shield, and then they just
they must have gone, I haven't got a chance here.
One part of Ark Raiders no one is talking about that was satisfying as hell is sliding downstairs.
Yes.
Oh no!
Sliding in this game feels great, like down, whether it's down sand or whatever it is. But like downstairs, it's like, it's so good.
Because when you go on the Buried City map, the extraction points, most of them are these like underground train stations.
Yes.
And as you're going down, there's a very good chance there's going to be some Ark down there waiting for you, the Rolly Boys.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So really, the last thing you should do is slide down, because you might be face to face with an exploding robot.
Do it every time, though.
And yet, every single time.
I want to know more about Joe. Did Joe stick by you during the Rolly?
So what?
Did he stick?
I
Did
don't
Joe
think
stick
I didn't know Joe back in
or
my.
dating tips for gamers? Do you remember
No,
that?
I didn't know Joe back then.
Stuck by you, gave you a podcasting career.
No,
Won't play a video game.
Joe,
with me.
I mean, Joe did design the logo for this podcast. I'll say that much.
Did he?
The current
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, as in like the TCGS branding, not
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
not the.
I've always had
I
like
thought
I
Matt
thought that
came
was
up
you.
with that. I thought that was a Matt Murray creation.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, actually,
Joe?
no, I think he
Does
might
Joe
have done
listen?
the color. Yeah, I think he might have done the color palette. Oh God,
Joe,
Another
Joe,
thing
if you
thing.
listen,
Joe is that we owe him £3,000.
Matt took full credit for your work.
no
I just
way,
went- and
no
this
way.
is the first time we're hearing that
I
Joe.
better look and see. I mean,
I had no idea there was
I
a
feel
third
bad
party.
about
I'm
having
sure
a
he did it.
I
Oh
feel
God.
bad about talking about how much, like, you know, when we're taking the piss of the rebrand idea. Joe must be sitting there going,
No,
"Fucking hell."
I'm fairly. Well, no, I think what we're joking more is about the fact we had to change all the URLs and stuff. Yeah, I know Joe and I did
see
stuff
why-
together
right,
on
I get
it.
it now. I get it.
I
I
don't know
get
if
why
he
you're
did it
playing
all,
video
like-
games with him and not me now.
Trying to keep
Because
him
you've
sweet.
stolen
I mean, yeah,
all
No, I
of
haven't
his
stolen.
ideas and work. and that.
Joe, let me know what happened because my memory's terrible. I think
Is
maybe.
it?
I mean, he's a designer by trade, so he knows his shit. So,
I think we need
anyway,
to hear from Joe.
I mean, we've spoken
Good
enough about
idea
Joe.
from Joe.
I mean, Joe also was there when we went to Smiths and did the Sean Bell FIFA photo shoot. Yeah.
That was great.
Joe,
Anyway, I'm so sorry. For
DM
this
me on
15-minute.
Instagram, please. I need to know the
He's
full
on the Discord.
details.
It'll probably.
Yeah, he's actually in Discord. Yeah.
Okay, all right, then send me a DM on Discord. I want to
I'd
hear
like to
from
know.
you.
Joe, I'm so
Don't
sorry.
go on. Also, Joe, if you fancy some Arc Raiders, get in touch because I'll give you credit where it's due. Matt fucking won't.
No, my memory's so bad. I can't remember how that. I mean, he may have done it, or He did the color palette. Anyway, we
Matt,
might have done the
does,
original one. It is what?
Does he schedule the show and everything as well? You know, just,
Yeah. Yeah, he does actually.
Did
Still
you
does
send him
more
a
than you, though.
message saying, "Don't wish me a happy birthday on Instagram because it's supposed to be me that writes those so they could look awkward."
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, good news, Matt. Your present dispatched today. So you
Oh,
should
yeah,
get that in the next 28
That'd be
days,
nice, thank you.
hopefully. Happy birthday.
You probably have to pay a customs charge on it next. That'll be the next.
yeah. Actually, I might just I'll ring them up and ask them to cancel it because Matt refuses
send
to
it
play
to
video
Joe.
games with me. Right, who else has got games to talk about? I think it's only James, right?
JC Farley.
yeah, I've just got a couple of reasonably short
JCA
ones.
Farley. You're still in my phone as JCA Farley. You know
Really?
that's weird. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I should change that at some point.
Yeah, so the Switch 2 edition of Animal Crossing came out and the update, and my family have been back on this again. And I've played a bit of it as well. I paid for the upgrade, which was like £4.19 or something for the Switch 2 version, and it does look nicer.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going
it
to ask about
looks-
this, right? Because I've heard a lot about, it's also 3.0 is also, is it 3.0 or is it the update and 3.0?
It's the
two-
update and 3.0.
Yeah, so I've
there's
heard a lot
like-
about that, features and stuff, but I haven't actually seen one thing about performance-wise. Like, is it 60? I mean,
Well,
what
no.
is it doing differently?
That's the
performance-wise?
thing. It's like stuff. This is very technical. It looks nicer. In terms of like, there's less like jagged edges and stuff around characters and stuff like that. It's still 30 frames. It's not 60. And I've heard that the reason for that is because of like online play and syncing things up. And Nintendo are terrible at online stuff anyway. So
What's
it
it?
was
If like a 60 frames Switch 2 person play over 10
30
frames,
frames. Yeah.
Switch 1 person? Okay.
yeah, yeah. So it doesn't really make much difference. The thing that disappointed me the most about this was that I was really hoping that my biggest bugbear with Animal Crossing was going to be fixed, which was that the load times would be quicker, because the load times on that game are crazy. Like in terms of it takes ages for it to start up. I'd say it's marginally faster, but not noticeably. Like it still seems to take quite a long time. So I was a bit disappointed by that. It doesn't really make much of a difference. And I mean, the main thing is that the new content is okay. It's pretty much that's the thing.
Glowing
It's-
endorsement.
No,
I love that.
no, it's okay, and it's like if you hadn't played Happy Home Designer, you'd probably be like this a lot more. But the addition of the hotel, it is just basically Happy Home Designer again. It's like you're just designing rooms and stuff like that. It does open up there's a lot more catalog options. There's a lot more items you can get. There's also the amiibo stuff as well, which is like pretty cool. Like I've got like some Zelda amiibo in the house, and you can like unlock like Zelda items and stuff that you can then get, and Splatoon as well. They've added all that stuff in, but the main thing that I'm still waiting for is that once you've like designed enough stuff in the hotel, it will unlock like the ability to like play games and stuff like inside your house.
Yes, that stuff like in the arcade, little consoles. Yeah, that look quite cool.
But that you don't get that like immediately. Like you have to like do all the rooms and stuff in the hotel before you can do that. But I mean, the main thing about this is I can't see myself going back, because I haven't played this for quite a long time. But I can't see myself going back to it, like sort of and getting straight back into it again. Like Chen's been all over it for like the last couple of days, like just playing it like pretty much constantly, because she really enjoys it. But
is she still on her original town, or has she started again?
She started again ages ago, but then like regretted it because she was just like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah, I'm glad
I
I've
would
got my
never do
original one
that
still.
again.
Yeah.
I'd never do that again. I've said it before on this podcast. What a stupid fucking decision that was. Our glimpse into lockdown.
Yeah, all the memories.
Like,
yeah,
we created that in lockdown, and we deleted it and started again, and didn't get anywhere near where we were before.
yeah. I've seen some opinion pieces come up saying I haven't booted up Animal Crossing since 2020. It's so weird going back.
And especially like now with like, because like Mr. Rossetti's back in this now, so you can reset the island in terms of like getting rid of all the stuff that's there, and so but then the layout stays the same, but you can remove all your items and stuff that you've placed on the island if you want to, and so you could kind of have a bit of a reset if you wanted to without completely gutting.
So what stuff does that
thing.
reset? If it keeps a layout, it keeps the buildings. What does it reset?
If you've put down like flowers and stuff like that, they'll all be gone. If you've put down like items, like things like, I don't know, like a sign or something like that, all that stuff will be
But the buildings
gone.
remain.
Yeah, all that stuff remains in the same locations and stuff like that.
That's worse. I mean, if you're gonna do it. Do you know what I mean?
No,
if
because
you're
then
gonna reset it. Don't slightly reset it. That's just if
because
you're doing that, you need to sort yourself. You need to man up a bit. Yeah, if you're doing that. Pathetic.
Yeah. But then also, I mean, the main thing that coming back to this that it's made me feel, which I'm hoping is going to come from whatever comes next with Animal Crossing, is it does feel like this series needs a few more gameplay mechanics as well than it has.
You can jump now, can't you?
No, you can't. No.
You can jump and sidestep. I said
you can sidestep. Yeah, you can do like sidesteps, but that's not. But there needs to be some. I do think they need to add like some more to this, like more things that you can actually do. Rather than just designing houses, because that's basically what this is. It's just become a massive designing game, which is fine. But I think it would be nice if there was like some other stuff to do, like if you could like kick the football around, all that kind of stuff. It would be cool. If you could do that, but maybe we'll see that with the next release, because they're certainly not going to do anything more with this, I think, now, and which is probably fair, seeing as it's got like literally thousands and thousands of items now that you can collect and stuff. But as I said, I don't think I can see myself going back, but Chen's really back into it again, so yeah, that's good. But yeah, it's fine.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, the other thing I played is Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, yeah.
And
why?
This is the thing.
Where's this come from?
I got this over a year ago from Chen as a birthday present. Like, she bought it for me as a birthday present, not for my last birthday, but the birthday before that.
And you're just now playing it.
Yes, and no, because you know how it is with because this is a Souls-like game, and you have to be in like the right mood to like play something like this. And I was playing. I think when I got it, I was probably playing. I may have been playing like Dark Souls 3 on stream, and then I played a bit of Bloodborne, and so I just didn't feel like I wanted to touch another like Souls-like kind of game again. So I just haven't played it for ages, and. Yeah. This is a Souls-like, and it's set in the universe though of like Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. And the other reason I was not so keen on playing it was because like Game Science, the company that made it, there's a lot of issues there, around the company and the CEO, and comments about women. And
there was that wild press release as well. That's what really sticks with me with that. There was this. Wasn't there? It was. I can't remember what it said, but I remember getting a press release and just going, "What the fuck are they going on about?"
Yeah.
Like it was really weird. But yeah, go on.
But then I mean, Chen wanted me to play it because this it's a story that she loves, and also it was massive in China. Like obviously this game, and I mean it was massive. I'd say it's pretty big like globally. I mean it did hit like pretty
Wasn't
well.
that kind of the thing, wasn't it? Is it got very tied up with because it was very much like because of the way people often talk about Chinese games in the West is like, oh, they're all free to play, they're all this, that, and the other. Whereas this was like very much like, no, this is a fucking big AAA game. It looks incredible. It's reviewed really well and it's sold really well. So it kind of became a real point of pride, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
And it's certainly like as being like a cultural export, like because this is something which China is like really cares about is this idea of like of exporting culture, like, to the rest of the world to show how great the country is. And I mean like Xi Jinping's whole thing is like telling China's story well, like that's one of the things that they always want to try and do. And this game I think is one of those things where they could say they kind of succeeded with this in terms of like reach and in terms of like loads of a lot of people playing it. And it's funny because I mean, so far I am thoroughly enjoying it. Actually, it is really good, and I mean, it is like Dark Souls, but there are some key differences. Like when you die, you don't lose your souls. Like when you die, but so it's a bit more forgiving with that. And I would say like so far I've just got into chapter 2, probably about 4 or 5 hours in, I think, and it's like the bosses are nowhere near as complex, I would say, so far as like Dark Souls bosses. And also you don't really have the opportunity to like build a character in the same way that you do with Dark Souls games, in terms of like, I want to be like a wizard or whatever, I want to be like just like warrior or whatever. It's because the move sets are just are set, for your character. And that's one of the things which I found a bit irritating because the skill tree is really I find it quite confusing because the way that it's been written, it's really not always entirely clear what these abilities do or what the benefit is, and you don't get like on a lot of them you don't get like a +6 or whatever like that to show you how this is actually improving your character. So you're kind of like taking a punt on a lot of them as to whether I ended up just going online and being like, okay, which are the best things to unlock for the start? What should you focus on? And I mean, also, there's no block either. Like it's the whole thing is about dodging. Like you just dodge constantly, and without a block, that's a bit. It can be a bit irritating. But the combat does feel really satisfying, and I am enjoying it. And it does look impressive. There's a weird like VSync issue though with it, where I mean, I'm playing it on PS5, and there's screen tearing like from time to time in like larger areas. There's like really noticeable screen tearing, which I haven't seen for ages. Like it's been a while since I played a game.
Got a variable refresh rate telly?
Nope, I haven't.
See, I think that's what we're seeing more now. Is some developers assuming everyone's got a VR.
TV will fix it.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not doing that. But it's not.
If you turn, I mean, I know you haven't got, but maybe I don't know if yours VR is set on for default on the console. Experiment if that's on or off. Maybe that would help or make it better.
Yeah,
or worse.
my TV just doesn't have it because I checked.
No, I mean,
right.
On the console, though, I mean, I don't know if like having it as auto or whatever might.
No, if I go to that option on the console, it just says your TV doesn't support this.
Okay, right. Okay.
So it's not going to work. But it is very good, and like Chen's really enjoying watching it because it reads it's like the character design and also like the voices because I'm playing it with like Chinese voices and like like English subtitles, and it sounds just like the TV show she used to watch when she was a kid, and so she's really like digging that, and it's good. I'm enjoying it, despite reservations that I have about the game. It's like I've been digging it. It's good.
Cool.
So yeah,
Cool. That's what we've been playing this week.
Yeah.
Let's get to questions.
Kurt Lewin says, hi chaps, I was going to stick this in the Discord, but I'm sure if you address the question at hand first, it will invite lots of discussion anyway. Here I was listening to BBC Radio 1 last week, one morning, when the topic came up of face-down baths. This was not something I'd ever thought about or contemplated would be possible, and frankly, I am horrified by it. Surely it is the least comfortable way to have a bath. So my question is, have you ever had a face-down bath, or maybe you're even one of these people who I heard on the radio who only have face-down baths? Cheers.
how does this even work?
I have no idea, man.
Well,
I'm
I
baffled.
mean, hold on. You must have when you were a kid And even like when I mean, I haven't had a bath for bloody years. I'm a shower dude.
same
I'm
here.
a shower
You
dude.
don't treat yourself to a bath every so often.
Nope.
No, I don't think I've had a bath for.
mate.
It must be 10 years.
God damn, you haven't lived.
Yeah. But when I did, I would roll myself over in the bath at some point.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you do
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. But
I mean,
I'm
I've
talking 10 years
googled
ago, I was
face
in my
down baths
30s.
and
I was in my
nothing,
30s, but I was in my
nothing,
30s.
nothing comes up if I Google face down baths. So what am I missing
So
here?
surely your options are drowning, or just smushing your face against obviously the bit above the water, but still just a flat surface, or like hooking your chin on the lip of the bath.
yeah, like
No,
so
you
it's
can-
out of the water.
Only if the water's like right at the top. You could. I used to. When you used to just to dip your head under for a bit. That's what I
Yeah,
used to do.
again,
pretend
as
I
a
was
child, but that face down baths.
in my
it's like-
30s again.
Okay.
I was in my
child,
30s.
child, as I said.
I wasn't allowed enough water to do that when I was a kid.
I beg your
Dad was
pardon.
always-
Oh yeah,
No.
because they used to with the big tin things.
Well, they used to
and then-
ration
Whoa,
it in
you-
the
Yeah.
20s. didn't
half
they?
of us have got to
dinosaurs
bathe in that
No,
after you.
when I used to have a bath, it's like, you'd have the water running, and then my dad would be shouting through the door, "Turn that water off!" like all the time, like because he was like, "You're using too much water." Yeah.
Bloody hell.
We don't want to have to go to the well again.
Yeah.
I just imagine James like doing a face down bath and just seeing his two little butt cheeks above the water, just like nothing else.
Thanks.
But no, as a grown adult, it's insane, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
I was in my 30s.
Yeah, you should have a bath, man. Treat yourself. Get some bath bombs in.
I don't want one. I don't
No?
like them. Yeah,
You don't feel clean out. You still need a shower afterwards.
Yeah,
An
exactly.
actual
yeah.
cleaning solution. They're bullshit. But they're a nice podcast on. Get the bath.
But what? Just laying there in warm water? I don't know, man.
I only listened to yes. I found it. It was Katie Thistleton and Jamie Lang talked about it on the 19th of January. I'm gonna have a listen to what the fuck this.
Oh,
it's
that's
called
today.
it's called an upside down bath
An upside down bath.
rather than a face down bath.
What, like
so,
they've put their bath on the ceiling. Is that what
all
we're
it says
doing?
here is that Katie tries an upside down bath and Jerry's in a pain panic. So I mean, I need to listen to this because I have no idea what the hell it is. But upside
Well,
down
you
bath
listening
and
to it
face
now.
down.
You listen
It's
now
2
and
hours
explain
long.
at the end of the pod. That's fine. We can keep going. We can fill.
Let's keep running.
We will fill.
Do you want me to
Next
read out the next
question.
question?
Yeah, please.
It's from Grumpy Buzz. It says, Happy New Year, guys, and thank you for another interesting game of the year that nobody saw coming, but was amazing as always. I've been spending the holidays debating AI. This is about AI, but it's an interesting angle. Just bear with me.
Also, Sean loves it now because of Art Raiders. He fucking loves it.
Yeah, AI lover.
I've been spending the holidays debating AI voiceover in games with friends, especially given how prominent the topic has become recently. On one hand, I'm genuinely torn. I don't think AI voice acting can match the experience of a real paid actor. There's a depth, emotion, and authenticity that comes from human performance, and I completely understand the concern that widespread AI use could negatively impact voice actors and creative professionals. That said, I'm dyslexic, and I find it very difficult to engage with games that are heavily text-based. Reading large amounts of dialogue can take me a long time, and I often miss details or struggle to fully absorb the story. Because of that, text-heavy games can be exhausting rather than immersive. For smaller developers in particular, full voice acting often just isn't financially viable. In those cases, AI voiceovers could offer an accessibility benefit rather than a replacement for paid actors. It could allow players like me to fully enjoy games we might otherwise struggle with. A good example for me is Citizen Sleeper. I know I would love that game, but the sheer volume of text makes it hard for me to stay immersed. Even a basic form of voiceover would completely change that experience. So I'm left wondering whether this kind of use could be a justified middle ground, especially for indie developers with limited budgets, or whether it's really a slippery slope once we start accepting it. I would love to know your thoughts on this and see if you think that AI could be accessible in circumstances like this.
Hell yeah, it can. I mean, it's already being used accessibility wise with menus, right? And then, it's like standard practice to load a game up now, and the first thing it asks you whether you want
Do
to
you want
annotate.
voiceover?
Well,
menus and stuff.
that's not AI though, is it? That's your very basic.
That's text.
Yeah,
to speech.
text to
Text-to-speech
speech, but it's
stuff.
still
Yeah,
yeah. But I mean, what is AI when it comes to this? This is just advanced text to speech, isn't it? It's just that the
Well,
it
this
sounds
is
more
it,
natural.
isn't it? It's like in the example of something like Arc Raiders, it's based on samples from a real performance that someone that was hired by the devs, which is why I think it's a grey area. It's not the same as just going on a
Right.
generic, just generating a generic voice that's based off who knows what.
No, because the
I
whole
think-
point of using something like this as well over like text to speech is because you're trying to create a performance here.
Yeah.
Because you're replicating like the text, and you're trying to create it as being, as I said, as a performance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think
I think the thing that scared me the most about Arc Raiders is that I didn't even notice. Even though I knew going in that it used AI voiceovers, I didn't notice at the time, and some of the characters in that, like, is it all of the traders of
yes.
AI?
Yeah.
See, because Celeste, is it Celeste the one
Yeah,
that's the worst trader of all time? Because she's like, yeah, I'll give you this really valuable item for some seeds. Yeah, go
Seeds.
for it.
But that's because
it's
it's the setting, isn't it,
Yes,
Dave? Seeds
yeah,
are the
'cause it's-
most valuable thing because it's
well,
food.
not up there because there's fucking loads of them. I think your use case for that is a good use case for AI voiceovers. I genuinely do, and I totally understand your point. If people are dyslexic, and like you're totally right, there are a lot of games that are tons of text. At no point in that development process were they thinking get voice actors in. It wasn't budgeted for. I get that, and I don't think people are complaining about that. Like, that is not the stance they're taking. The stance they're taking is that when it is replacing jobs and, as you say, finding a way of paying voiceover artists less, and that's the moral
But then you'll
problem
never
that
know,
people are complaining
right?
about. No, exactly. No, you never
Yeah.
will. Like, you'll never know whether at any point they were thinking, we're saving money by doing this, or we were never going to do this, but gives us the opportunity to make our game more inclusive. You'll never know the truth behind that. I would argue that probably in the majority of the cases it will be, hey, we can make money. We could save money, in the development process by doing this, and I get it's a really complicated. Look, it's never black and white, this stuff, and we've always tried to approach it in a discussion point of view. Like, we listen to what people are saying about it. We've had comments and messages in from people that work for developers and stuff saying, here's how we use AI, and I think you saying AI is a bad thing,
how they don't,
as a generalization.
crucially, there's a lot of
and how they don't as well. Like we've seen a lot of that feedback, and I think what you've laid out there, Grumpy Buzz, I think if it was as simple as that, then I think it's a good positive thing. It's just you cannot be certain, and you have to factor in where it is not so positive. Like, it is.
This is the thing,
It's like potential knock-on effects, isn't it?
And it's like what I struggle with is, obviously I can set out all the reasons I think AI is bad, but then I'm not going to, go to Grumpy Buzz and say you should not have this. Do you know what I mean? This accommodation for your, for your condition. Like, that feels wrong as well, and that's it's tricky.
It is tricky. Look, and I've heard so many. I don't like saying the word takes. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate the word takes. But I've heard so many viewpoints on this sort of stuff that you just kind of think it's funny. It feels like I can't totally be against it, but then totally be for it because it depends on the use case, and that makes such a big difference.
I think, you see so many people who are like, I'm anti-AI, but also it is helping diagnose cancer earlier than we ever
a lot
could.
quicker, and
presumably no one's upset about that, right?
No.
And obviously, so when you're coming at it from a health angle, like, it's literally saving lives, or in this case, accommodating people with, disabilities, conditions, whatever.
But I think we can all agree that it's making our PlayStations more expensive, and for that reason, ban it. For that reason, ban it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know that's a messy answer, but it's a messy subject, and it's a tough one.
We're not going to solve
wrap your head around.
Yeah. Ryan Cobain says, "Dear TCGS Co, love the Game of the Year show for 2025. 5 hours of wonderful podcasting. Long may this format reign. Whilst I've enjoyed my role..."
And that's someone that hated it last year. Fucking hated it. So, one Ryan over.
Whilst I've enjoyed my role as the #1 Astrobot apologist and defender against the masses, I'm nothing if not magnanimous. I am nothing if not magnanimous. Does please me that Sean. I don't know. Does
It
please
does
me that
please
Sean
me,
is
yeah.
enjoying my Astrobot. Had he played it back in 2024? Astrobot would have been rightly announced as the game of the year for 2024. However, we park that conversation as we move on to 2026 and the future of gaming. My question today is, how has gaming changed for you all this year? I've
This
started
year?
finishing games. Have you noticed?
Have you?
Yeah, I know. I never used to finish anything. My life was just a string of like, oh yeah, I should go back to that. Oh yeah, I should really finish that. Last year, I just absolutely smashed loads of games, which I think it coincides with my wife getting a 9 to 5 instead of working mad shifts all the time and me having to accommodate that. So
Yeah.
I think I've just got a bit of a routine in my life. Like work is easier than it's ever been as well. Like over the last year, it's been mad. So I think that's been it for me, really.
I did a Matt Murray in that I've kind of like cleared off some of the like my backlog of stuff and just thinking I'm never going to actually play any of these, and some of these are games that aren't even really worth, probably not even.
Yeah, it's a lot
worth-
less stressful.
What were
that way, I
those
think.
games? Name a few.
You know, there was like Aliens Dark Descent, which I know is supposed to be really good, and there was also the other the other one I was thinking I was gonna. I keep meaning to play like the most recent Deus Ex game that came out, and it was like this came out on PS4, like so it's quite
Yeah,
old.
not
at this
Human
point.
Revolution. Was it?
The one
Or-
after, yeah.
Yeah, is
Mankind
it
Divided.
Mankind, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I kept on thinking, oh, I'm going to go back and play that one day, but then I don't know if I'm going to. And I think after playing Cyberpunk and stuff like that, maybe I don't really need to. Like at this point,
Do you remember when they went, we're going to reboot the first one? They showed it and went, actually, we've changed our mind.
yeah.
That was
Probably the
weird,
right
wasn't it?
decision, yeah.
With direction for the series. For me, it was I last year more than ever, and I don't think it's the way that it's going to be every year, but last year more than ever, I went, am I going to play this game? Right. Is it going to make the game of the year show? Probably not. I won't play it. Like, I've never been like that because I've wanted to play games I wanted to play, but there were, and you know, I was so show focused when it comes to my gaming last year. I wanted to play the best games that I knew had a chance of being in the Game of the Year show, and I needed to play, and I avoided Arc Raiders. That's why I avoided Arc Raiders, because I was like, Battlefield's coming out, Lumines Arises coming out. If I get addicted to this fucking game, that's it now, isn't it? And I'm not going to play half the amount of games that I would have played leading up to one of the biggest periods of the show. So that was the biggest thing for me last year. The other thing is I have to be way more selective with what I'm playing at the moment, because Harry is, get this, listeners. Do you remember, for those of you that have stuck with the show for a long, long time and our podcasting careers before that, do you remember the child that beat, that destroyed Joypod?
Yeah.
Remember Harry, the child that killed off Joypod? He is a teenager next year, right? That freaks me out, but it also means that he does not go to bed till like 9:30 at the moment, close to 10 o'clock most nights. And it's like, fucking hell, like Joe and I want to watch something, and then by that point it's 11. So my time on video games is getting smaller and smaller. I'm starting to worry what that's
Does he
going to
not
be
just
like.
disappear to his room and hang out?
Some
Or does he-
nights, but some nights we sit and watch full episodes of Detroiters back to back. The problem with that,
which must be cool, right? It
is cool, but there's
a
some
cost to
risque
it as well.
jokes in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's jokes in there.
Big
I
flipping
mean,
hogs.
I sent a message to someone who watched them recently, and I said, "Are they okay for Harry's age?" He went, "Yeah, there's nothing like sexual in there or anything." There fucking is.
Yeah.
In the first episode,
Yep.
he started laughing and going, "Woman on top." Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
That whole bit about Simpsons porn. Fucking
I've
hell,
not
man.
got that far. You're gonna have to
Oh, mate.
Warn him.
warn
It's just
me
this-
about what
yeah.
episode that is.
I can't remember which episode it is. I see it on Instagram, and every time it comes up, I'm like, I want to watch this again because it's fucking hilarious.
It is a very, very good show. There's no getting around that.
It is
But
weird when they start-
teenager next year.
Laughing at stuff like that, because it's like I was showing Asher like one or two of those, like, is it Ghostbusters 2 videos, that Ian did. And there's the one, no, it wasn't that one, it was the one when he said he had fallen down the well, and
Oh,
he was
gosh,
on, and he
yeah.
was on the new, like he was on like Good
Yeah,
Morning
pretend
Britain.
it-
Good one.
Yeah.
I don't think I've shown him that. In fact, actually, I did a bit of a YouTube thing because Joe goes and does an exercise class on Monday nights. So we get like an hour before we start recording the podcast. And Harry was watching like loads of, he's getting into comedy sketches like on
Yeah.
YouTube, is all his favourites and stuff. And I just went, I'm going to show you a few from like when the internet was still quite young. And I showed him that Saturday Night Live web sketch where they keep shooting each other and he goes, ooh,
Oh,
what
yeah,
you
yeah,
Yes,
say?"
yes.
He was in bits during that. He thought it was so funny.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, he needs to watch the OC to get the full context.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
And you don't even need the full context. It's just funny that it
Yeah,
keeps
it's
happening.
brilliant. Yeah, it's a great
so
time.
I love that stuff. Right. Anyway, yeah. So I get to play less video games. That is the answer
Cool.
to that.
I play more, you play less. Ooh, it bounces out. It's fine.
Balances out. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I definitely played more, and last year for sure. And I want to. I wanted to.
Not online with your friends.
No. Well, no, I know. I do play online with
Oh,
friends.
the friends that matter.
Yeah.
I just get hammered in my own.
Yeah, and I wanted to like have more games finished already, but I have not already. But it's only 19th of January, I guess. But yeah, I guess as Ben just mentioned in the chat, like me discovering that I love detective games. That was fun because I played a bunch of them last year, and there's more.
There's a new Inkle game.
Yes.
Coming out.
Oh,
Like 2 days?
Yeah, in like
was it?
Yeah,
In the style of Expelled or stuff.
no,
or...
it is like another like detective like style like game. It looks like is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's like it's the.
It's called. Oh, it's got a weird title. TR49. I think.
That's the one. TR49. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
the stuff for it. It looks great, but yeah, I can't play it because it's only on. It's PC only.
Well, no, it says App Store as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice, brilliant. Well, I mean, I loved Expelled. If this is anything even remotely similar to that, I'm all over it.
I was like, what the fuck's an Inkle game? And then I'm looking. I've
Well,
played
Inkle, the
so many of their
developer.
games. I've
man.
played tons of their games. I remember playing a Highland song.
Yeah, that I didn't.
Oh yeah. I never.
I remember not getting on with that. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Expelled was
Moving
good, though.
Zoe of the Year, Northern League quarter finalist. First
Well
of all,
done.
just wanted to say thank you for the game of the year show. Me and my partner listened to it on the way to her parents for Christmas and loved every second, although we both agreed Blueprints was robbed. On to the question. If you were to make an After Dark spin-off of any game a la Hollyoaks, which would you pick?
what was? Yeah, but what were the staples of After Dark? Did you?
Well,
you
I
got
mean,
see
yeah.
underwear and that.
I don't think there was
Yeah.
actual... Yeah, it
But
wasn't like
there's
actual
also
pornography.
there's also some bad scenes in
Yes.
in Hollyoaks specifically
There's-
After Dark.
Also,
Yeah.
some coarse language. I think
Yeah.
they had. Yeah.
I mean, it's too obvious to be like, "Ooh, what if Mario swore and
Said
had
fuck.
sex?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got his bum out.
Got his front
I'd
bomb out.
play it.
It's
You
just-
say that, Sean, you'd fucking play
I
it,
would
wouldn't
play
you?
it. Obviously, I would play it.
Yeah, it could be like Dr. Mario,
journalistic
but it'd be
purposes.
Dr. Mario, but it's like, finger up the bum and cough. It's like it's taking it to another level.
Dr. Mario, but he just delivers really bad news.
Yeah, that as well. Oh,
Yes.
more prostate exams.
I don't like the as someone who's had lots of hospital appointments recently. I don't like the path
Yeah,
we're
sorry,
going
that's
down.
not, yeah.
Dr. Mario After Dark would be great.
What about Big Hop? Big Hop just goes
Big
fucking
Hops.
hell.
He's just got his frog dick
Yeah,
out.
but then that just becomes like what's it called? Conker's Bad
frog
Fur Day,
dick
doesn't it? It's just
Yeah, that's true. It's
yeah.
been done. It's
Yeah.
all been done.
yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's been done.
Yeah.
There's root games of everything, isn't there?
Yeah.
We should just what is it? Leisure Suit Larry After Dark. What sort of heights could that game go to? Did I get this right? There was a Leisure Suit Larry game released last year.
Was there?
Yeah, there was.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Still going.
Why wasn't he in any of our, game of the
I
year
don't know,
lists?
Sean, not Sean. James, you need to stream that.
I've never played one of those games.
Have you
Bullshit.
not?
No, I've never played one. No.
Could you imagine a whole series of it where you
No,
just play
all
all
of
of them?
Yeah, do all of them.
Leisure
How many
Suit
are there?
Farley.
Can you imagine how badly a lot of those have aged as well? Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they're
I can
really,
imagine.
really bad.
James getting visibly aroused on stream.
Yeah, OG Larry it was called. Oh shit. That's a shame. All right.
All right, we've got a couple more. Mr. Smithers says, greetings, gentlemen. Currently writing to you on my 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Smithers. Whilst opening cards this morning, I found the majority made jokes reinforcing that the fun times were now over, as I no longer have a 2 at the beginning of my age. In truth, I feel exactly the same as I did yesterday, except for developing sudden interest in Magic the Gathering, elasticated waistbands, and the games of Sid Meier. Does this mean I've always been boring, or that turning 30 isn't the death knell for joy that it's made out to be? I appreciate that's not a question you guys can answer, so instead I want to ask, what was the biggest life event you felt surprisingly unchanged by? Thanks for all the podding. You've helped me through what was, at times, a rather difficult year. Keep up the good work, Mr. Smithers.
I've got one for this.
Yeah.
Having a second child. It's
Really?
so funny how
Yeah.
people say to you, it's not twice as hard, it's 3 times as hard when you get a second kid.
Mm.
And let me tell you this, it is harder.
Mm.
It is harder, right? However, you've already taken the big step. Like with the first kid, that is the life-changing moment.
And I
The
don't know
second
about
one is
you,
like,
but-
we're just resetting a bit. We're just going back a couple of years. This is
And I don't know about you,
not
but I've
fun.
worried a lot less, like with the second one as well, because
everyone does.
because
Everyone does.
yeah.
No wonder, no wonder the second child is usually like very different to the first. I remember with Harry, I was like, right, we got to go and get him weighed every other week. We've got to go with swimming lessons. Like, well, you got to chuck the baby in. You got to be like reading everything. The second one, you're just like, whatever. We just need to get through the day. But seriously though, like it I think you make that big lifestyle change with the first kid. It's the second kid that I was kind of like, well, I'm a dad still. It's just a little bit harder this time, and they've got 2 little ones in the house that hate each other now. So it's like that's the life. But yeah, I was surprised by how little impact it had on my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No. Oh, well, mine might sound worse, so here goes.
Go on.
Getting married was amazing, but like you get married and you're like, well, it's a celebration of an ongoing thing. It's not,
Yeah.
because this isn't like the 1700s or whatever. It's not like, oh, good, I own my wife now. Like it's fucking doesn't mean.
You did
a
say
lot,
that though
really.
at
I
the
did
wedding.
say that.
It was really
Very
inappropriate.
Every word of it.
How long were you with New before you got married though?
Was it 10 years? Something like that?
Yeah, see, I was with Joe for like 8 years, and I've never understood the whole. Well, when you get married, it's all different. I've never understood that mentality.
It's like in
'cause
terms
it just
of
wasn't.
legally binding things like getting a mortgage is way worse. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
marriage is sort of neither here nor there, really.
And I remember like Joe going, and you didn't even have the thing where it was like, oh, my name is different now to everyone
Yeah.
that I've known my whole life. Like I now have to have. I love my mum with everything I've got. We've got different surnames now. Thanks. Yeah, it was weird.
in terms of the first question as well, like, yeah, no, turning 30 is fine, man.
It's totally
Yeah.
fine. 30s was
Turning
great.
40 is bad. That's the one.
Do you reckon?
I enjoyed my
I've been
30s.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like definitely during like your 30s is when you might start like health wise stuff might just start randomly not quite functioning the way it used to. But that's a dice roll for everyone, right? That's what.
Yeah, totally. It's
What's Thursday's pull in her face.
Sorry, no. It's when you go past 30, that's when the doctors go, look, that's just it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Your arm
That's just
hurts. Yeah, you got a hurty arm, mate. That's what you
hold
got.
on, hold on, doctor. Do you think if this happened to Cristiano Ronaldo, they would just go, you've got that now, Cristiano Ronaldo. That's part. And the doctor goes, you're not Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that might be a
And,
bit
I
that's
can still,
stolen from a
I can still
stand-up.
do a job for a top Premier League team,
Yeah,
actually.
I think that actually might be a bit that I've stolen from a stand-up. I just heard that in the back of my mind, then that gag.
But I think so health stuff might start coming up, but also it's sort of the age where you start thinking, well, yeah, because I have to start taking care of myself a bit now. I'm not just going to get away with eating shit all the time, not exercising.
Yeah.
You just have to take a bit of
That's-
responsibility for it, right? It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. No, 30s are fine.
Yeah.
40s are scary. Just stared at the ceiling till 1:30 in the morning last night.
I
I don't think that's a
hate being
40s
in my
thing,
40s.
Dave. I think that's just
No, it's definitely a 40s thing, Sean. It's
Okay.
definitely a 40s thing.
Okay.
Trust me, I wasn't like this in my 30s. So I was fine.
No,
Alright.
things seemed possible when I was in my 30s.
Oh my God,
It's
James!
the bleakest thing I've ever.
Oh, kill me now. What? What do you mean? What would be the difference between like 39 and 41?
And please remember, I knew you in your 30s, and you were no different. It's not like in your 30s you were like, Dave, I'm thinking about climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Well, I did a lot of things in my 30s. You
No,
know,
you
like,
fucking didn't.
Name
I
one.
did. I
what?
moved abroad. You know, I got
Yeah,
do
you
every
married.
fucking
time.
hated it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got married. You know, had children, all that sort of stuff. There's loads of
All
stuff
right.
happening in my 30s. It was
Yeah, but would
Okay.
you want to? Do you want to have more children?
Yeah, do
Children.
you want to move again?
Oh, he does want to have more children, doesn't
No,
he?
I
Do you not
don't.
know this?
I don't want to have more children. I've changed my mind.
You do a little
Actually,
bit,
yeah,
don't
I
you?
do a little bit, but yeah, it's not going to happen.
That is mad.
It's not going to happen.
I know.
He's just thinking about the year off. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
It's not going to happen. It's been forbidden.
Why are we still talking? This is. I
Yeah,
forgot
this is-
we
this
were on a
is-
podcast.
this
for a
is too
moment
much.
then.
This is not even
Lord.
bonus show material.
This is early in the year when not many games have come out.
Oh yeah,
And we
forgot
just-
about that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the summer periods? There were times
Yeah.
on this podcast where I was like, "There's nothing coming out for 2 months, boys. What the fuck are we gonna do?" Yeah.
Chock-a-block
And then James
last year,
fucks
though.
off for a month. Yeah. All right.
Last question. It should be a fairly quick one. Mr. Turnips, a podcast preservation enthusiast, writes, "Hello, chaps. I recently went back to listen to old episodes of TCGS just out of curiosity. What was the dynamic like in the early days? Have your opinions or outlooks changed much? Was James always a bit grumpy?" Anyway, I've noticed that over time, Spotify seems to be removing old episodes. The first episode was there maybe 4 months ago, and now it's gone. Each time I go back to the oldest episode, it's a different one. Right now, the oldest episode is episode 10. What gives? Thanks for the great show. Now, this came up, didn't it, Dave? We talked about
Yeah,
this.
what the
when
fuck
we
is
were-
this about? We
So-
looked at it and we sort of mentioned it, but then yeah, it was weird, isn't it?
We haven't looked into it properly. I don't know if
'Cause
you
now,
spotted this, Matt. So
The earliest
if
one
you
is
go on-
11.
if we log
Yeah.
in on Podbean, they're all there.
Yeah.
So, don't know.
But it's the same with
it's
Apple
not just-
Podcast. It's the same with Spotify.
Yeah. It's not just
Is it the
Spotify,
same with
it's-
Pocket Casts or whatever?
The same
you
on
use?
Pocket
What-
Casts, yeah.
Your podcast player of choice is Glopple 14, isn't it, Sean? So have they? Is it on the Glop?
No, it works
Is episode
perfectly
one
on
of
them.
the? Thank God for that.
So yeah, so I don't know if it's just something with the way Podbean is generating the feed.
You know,
I feel like we
I
should have
think,
a
oh
word.
yeah, I think there might be a setting where maybe the limit is 500 episodes, and with all the other things we've done, it's probably like not
Actually
bringing
tipped
any more
over.
into the feed. I'll look into it, yeah, because they're all on Podbean, so they're all there.
Yeah.
Here we go, yeah, episode number limit 500.
Can we turn that up?
I'll put it to what, 10,000?
10,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I mean we're
it's gotta
going
be
for
no-
a long
oh,
one.
wait, well, this
James,
is an issue.
James just cried when you said that.
This is an issue. It
It's
says-
weird because the Player 1 podcast have got their 1,000th episode like next episode, which is just
they really?
crazy. Yeah. They're up to
Oh
1,000.
well,
Yeah.
look, congratulations,
Yeah.
Player One
time.
podcast. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Well done. Like people, if you can go and check that podcast out because it's going to be great to listen to. 1,000 episodes, like that is huge, right? And you've listened to all of them, I think, Jake,
I
like
have
legitimately,
listened,
right?
I've listened to all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
all over the years,
Amazing.
and it's always been one I've
wild.
always gone back to because I think it's great. But yeah,
Yeah, congratulations, guys. That's massive.
Okay,
go on.
I've changed the setting. It's now up to 999. It will take a while for the episodes to come back into the feed. But yeah, Podbean has a limit of 999, so that's our limit.
Oh shit.
That's it. We are almost halfway through the lifespan of TCGS.
Well, that's a
So
goal.
I'm
isn't
not
it?
fucking moving this to another hosting provider. That's it. We're
There's a
counting
lot
down
of
now.
uploading.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
So
it
yeah,
for the podcast?
hopefully in the next couple of days, so they'll propagate, and then we'll get the other episodes back on. But yeah, sorry about that.
Awesome.
Cool. Right, let's get to the socials, Matt.
Yes, we Sean streams Arc Raiders on Tuesday night. So again, a little bit complicated because if we listen to this on Wednesday as a podcast, then it was actually last night. But if you listen to it live, then it's Sean stream tomorrow. That is on twitch.tv/TCGSco. That's Tuesday nights from 9. Sean and/or a guest playing Arc Raiders. Friday nights at 9. Farley Steps is back. James, you streamed again on Friday night. You feel like you might be close to the end. I haven't actually watched the stream yet.
yeah.
It's on YouTube though. But...
I mean, spoilers, but I'm in the train, and so
Oh shit! Okay, so
that's where
Oh,
I'm
have you
at.
not seen this? Yeah, he's in the train.
no, I didn't watch it. Oh right, so you're right. Okay.
You know
Yeah.
the water wheel?
Yeah.
He did that second attempt. Like, it was nothing.
Wanker.
Yeah, and then he's just strolled up and he's halfway up carriage 1, and he's like, what annoys me, James? is he's like,
We did say he'll do this.
it's like second or third attempt, and he's going, "Oh, this is so frustrating." I'm going, "Are you fucking kidding me? This took me like 300-400 attempts. Like, just chill."
That took me
Just chill.
days.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully,
I'll go and watch that. Yeah, because I watched the last stream where you're in like the water bit, and then you're a bit confused where to go. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you're gonna have it done in like 5 minutes. Though next episode.
Do you want to hear something mad? John Denton got to the train and gave up.
Really?
What? The end?
I couldn't do that.
Oh,
Now I'm like, right, this
He
is
got
close.
to the train and gave up. Yeah, he deleted it.
I mean, I also had a nervous
still can't
breakdown,
wrap
so
my
I
head
can
around
kind of see. Anyway, yeah, Sean's streams and James's streams are also, as well as being streamed live on Twitch on Tuesday and Friday nights. So also on YouTube, search for TCGS on YouTube. You can watch the VODs and now clips on places like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. If you've got an Amazon account and a Twitch account, an extra account, and you have something called Prime Gaming, where you have a free subscription to give to any channel of your choice, why not go to our channel when Sean or James is streaming and give us your free subscription. And everything else is available at tcgs.co, and there you can find links to our amazing Discord community, our podcasts, and hopefully all our podcasts are on their social channels, our store, Patreon if you want to support what we're doing over here, Strava group. It's all on tcgs.co.
Thank you so much for living it. We'll be back next week for some more video game chit chat. Hopefully I'm feeling better, because we all benefit when I'm on top form. Let's face it. Have a great week. We will catch you later. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.